positive signs last game, which was nice.
How do you try accelerate that,
Well,
Captain, in terms of your
me and
players
Pixie here,
together, or is it just simply
even if the cricket's not,
Yeah, I think it just takes a few.
we're meant to start in about 3-4 minutes, but I don't think that's going to happen. Well, welcome everyone to maybe a live watch along, maybe a little short chat. Yeah, the problem is, I know it's Christmas. I know it's Christmas, Cat, but the problem is you have to then take the weight off afterwards, don't you? And then you stock up on Christmas food. You know how much Australian food I've had. Hi, I'm shipping up to Boston. It's a strange name for a username, but hello, mate. Thanks for joining me.
He's in contact with Jeff and the coaches, and I had a chat to him today. So yeah, he's in constant contact. We saw him at
the old Hobart captain is not confident.
He's got test commitments and then BBL commitments to commentate as well, but I'm sure we'll see him around in the next few weeks.
What sort of advice does a man like Ricky Ponting give you, Wadey? How does he help?
I think his main role was when the draft was on to really get the players that we needed to play the.
Hello, Cal. Hello, mate. It doesn't look like it's stopping. It's funny because from some camera angles, it looks like it's not raining at all or very little, and then it looks awful when it normally shows you up the scenes by the floodlights. That's always when the rain looks awful. Hi, Rachel. No. So really, I could have been having a nice lie-in in bed this morning. Well, after the bowling delivery of... Oh, what was his name? Dooley. Was Dooley, wasn't it? There's no stopping Dooley if he gets a go at it again. So I would say, Hobart Hurricanes would be my bet. Hi, Starhawk.
Thankfully, all good, but that was all the chat, I think, and then he didn't look too happy. I thought he was going to stop me at some stage there. He gets the arm out there, as you can see. So,
well, Cal, I did the Jimmy Reese one that people were telling me to do, and it talks about the Duckworth-Lewis thing at the end.
Wrist spinner? Is he a Chinaman, or is he a finger spinner? What? Looks like he's got a number of variations there that are bamboozling a few of the batting lineups.
Yeah, Gilly, I think he's got 6 or 7 different.
Well, this is what I've got at the moment on the app.
He's a left-arm orthodox spinner who slides one.
If you can see, there you go. So I'm not actually showing any rain up until about 2 a.m. your time. Well, no, yeah. 2 a.m. your time, so don't know.
Quite sharply away, so he's really handy with the new ball. We haven't had a power play bowler who can bowl spin for us for a while now, so to have him, he can hit the shiny side and skid it on and obviously get a little bit of spin. And the wickets in the competition now taking a bit of spin, which is good for everyone.
And he's animated on the field. What's he like off the field? What kind of bloke are we dealing with here?
He's very quiet, to be honest. I think he's got white line fever, so he gets in the contest, which is what we love about him. But no,
well, the only problem with this is you'd be a bit annoyed if you're someone that's just gone to that ground and then it gets called off, wouldn't you? You would be a little bit peeved off, especially if you've travelled for it. Hi, Jennifer. Right, you're not going to be doing this all the time, mate.
Who knows where it's going to go, to be honest, with Zorba. So he could get deep. He's got a great cricket brain, actually, Zorba. So when I've captained Australia,
such an attention seeker.
Something that I didn't really know about him when I played against him in the early days. I didn't really want to speak to him.
Welcome to the stream, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. We might not actually have any cricket, but we might have it delayed. We will see. I am. I'm just going to call you Boston. I am Boston, yeah, I'm in the UK. I've got it on Sky Sports.
That doesn't look like a wardrobe for the Fox Sports team.
He was a bit of a diva when he walked in. He said, I'm refusing. No, he wasn't. But
oh, and I would like to say I am disgusted by the way this woman says debut. She says debut. Please don't tell me all Aussies say debut. That's painful to listen to.
series in between.
I'm trying to drink my cup of tea.
First class cricket market. That was probably
Do you want
the
some?
thing that
I
switched
don't
to
think you
more
will.
Sunday for New South Wales again, so that was good to see. But I watched a little bit, to be honest. I haven't seen a whole lot, but
No, that's painful. You can't say debut. That doesn't. That's not even a word.
South Africa got a lot to offer.
It's
I think
debut.
that wicket's done what it's done in the past. You're going to see a great Boxing Day game, which will be good.
Like DAY.
Cricket, Wadey, have you made any decisions yourself? I thought leading into the World Cup, T20 World Cup, that
YOU, not DAYBOO.
around that, or are you just going to play the Big Bash, play the summer, and then see where it leads to?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, it's wrong.
I'm in contact with Andrew McDonald and George Bailey, and yeah, we're kind of just playing.
It's debut, and it annoyed me because she was talking about players having their debuts.
No expectations of being picked again for Australia, and if I do, I'd love to play, obviously. But if they want to have a look at Inglis or the next keeper leading into the 24 World Cup, then I'm more than happy with that, and I'll be around there, still playing, hopefully, when that rolls around. And if I get an opportunity to play again, then yeah, I'd love to.
Good attitude.
No.
Take your time. Hopefully, play gets underway shortly.
Yeah, like you have your debut game, not debut game. It's like woo, debut. It's like this bloody. Oh. Exactly. Cal, I think we've just agreed on something, my friend. We've just agreed on something. Unbelievable. I'm so happy. That has just made my day, Cal.
I think he just values the Australian career that he
I'm happy now.
He would have thought he was on the scrap heap when he came in for a few years, and then he was in the wilderness, and then he got recalled.
Pixie, you're a pain in the arse.
Obviously slipped out of favour again there, but then in the white ball game and this form,
Thanks, Boston. I tried to be. No.
Got that to look forward to. As you said, Kath, his attitude to say that openly. Look, if they want to look at the next,
I tell you what, the old captain for the Melbourne team is very young.
holistic approach of the Australian team at the minute.
Well, he was recalled to the test side, wasn't he, for that grunt and that competitiveness. I mean, are you saying he's one of the most competitive blokes you've played alongside?
Definitely. I think the beauty about playing with him is you know which Matthew Wade's going to turn up every day. It's the guy who's going to be in the contest, do everything he can to win the game.
What's Murica?
International cricket to play so many different roles.
I don't know. If you're watching it, you'll know, won't you? But I don't know. But he's very young, and he's got a silly earring in as well. And it looks like he's got hair from the 90s. He looks like he's got women's hair from the 90s. I remember going to social clubs, the working... Oh, okay, got you. Stars, yeah, that sounds about right. Adam Zampa. As I said, I'm going to find this. I'm going to find it.
Well, it's still raining in Sydney, so go on.
We'll go with it now. Okay, I was going to follow your
I'm going to find a picture. Hang on.
opens for the Canes, but batted beautifully in that middle order role, finisher role, won a semi-final last year at the World Cup.
I'm going to find a 90s woman with a similar hair.
Marcus Stoinis had COVID leading into it, but do you see him going to the top?
I'm sure it's 90s.
Big Bash before, but he's had that middle order role now for Australia. But at the start, he batted at 4 and 5, didn't he, in the first 2 games?
Stoin's going to own his own space this BBL. He'll if he wants to open the bat, he feels like that's the best spot for him to.
Found one. I hope you're all ready for this.
But I guess with the loss of Maxwell, a guy who's played so much cricket, one of the best T20 players in the world, I think, you know, having Stoin bat in the middle to lower order just to prolong.
It's a bloody rubbish picture.
Obviously, his experience batting in the middle order, finishing games for Australia. He's done it.
That'll do. That'll have to do. Hang on. Stand by. This is basically what he looks like when I get a... screen capture.
I mean, it's probably easier to start in the top of the order and then work your way down the order. And I think Stoin's done that really well. He's been at the top of the order for so long. But
that is basically what he looks like.
Prolongs the batting order a bit. Yeah. And he's got that power to clear the pickets at the end.
So that overall
There we go.
of his role there exceeds what he might add at the top, given you've lost the experience of Maxi in that middle. Yeah.
That is what Adam Zampa looks like.
player.
I hope you agree.
Strikes at 150 in his whole career. So,
Oh.
yeah, I mean, if he gets going, and then we
Don't want to see me twice, do you?
coming in,
Who agrees with that?
power there is going to be helpful.
Yeah.
Love it. Tough questions here on Toyotas before the bash. I've got one for both of you coming up shortly, but we're just going to head to Jim Callanan and get a little weather update from the
Weather update, please.
Yeah, look,
Hi, Nugget and Brooks. Hello, mate.
lightly, yes, but only lightly. And the good news is you might be able to see just in the background, the ground staff have re-entered the field of play. They've actually now packing down all the training nets. They're going to get the rope around to try and take off the surface moisture. And the covers, they tell me, will be coming off very soon as well. So a good indication that we are going to get some...
There you go, then. We are going to get some game time.
Still waiting to hear, but at least that's encouraging news.
That is good news indeed, and kudos to you for doing that cross without an umbrella. That's what we like to see. Gents, let's take a look at the Australia squad for the Boxing Day test, because I said I've got a tough question for you, and that is the question dominating ahead of this Boxing Day test match is Josh Hazlewood or Scott Boland. Now, I believe Josh Hazlewood was bowling in the next at Junction Oval this afternoon.
Adam Zampa is not 30. No way. He looks about
But
18.
this is the question that a lot of people are asking. Obviously, Scott Boland, the Victorian, we know what he did in the Boxing Day test this time last year. But Josh,
I'm going to say Boston Blue.
to the team once fit
Why not?
is the belief of many. What do you think?
Just for shits and giggles and all that.
Horrible decision to make. It's a wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful decision to have to be making a tough call on for the selectors. Look, I really do not know which way they're going to go. I can't sit here and definitively say it's got to be Boland for that reason or Hazlewood for that reason, or there's any indication from the selectors which way they'll go. I wouldn't be surprised if they do err on the side of caution, and I'll say caution.
He was not. No, surely not.
Maybe to just allow Josh that extra week to then look.
And my question, Kat, is how do you know how old I am? Have I told you how old I am? Surely I haven't, have I?
For the test series against South Africa, he says you do not want to rush a side strain. And obviously it kept Josh out for more than a couple of weeks last summer. It kept him out for almost 12 months. He only played about 2 or 3
I should look at some clips between Zampa and Marcus Stoinis.
Yeah, I really...
Okay. Hey, if you can send me a clip on Discord.
If Josh is 100% fit, though, do you think he deserves to come straight back into the side?
Again, I love the foundations of a team that work like that. Say,
Did I?
You have served us so well.
Oh.
200 plus.
I can't remember. I can't remember these things. My memory's not, my memory's not getting good. It's getting worse at this time. Honestly, I feel like an old person where my memory's just going. This is why I talk such rubbish sometimes. I can't remember what's going on. Can't remember what day of the week it is.
Whichever way they go.
It feels as though Pat Cummins is the type of captain that would say, no, Josh deserves his place straight back into the team once fit. But it's a tough question, isn't it, Sam? I mean, I don't know what your opinion of it is. I guess, as Gilly said, it's a great problem for Australia to have. It's Scott Boland or Josh Hazlewood.
I'm probably going to have to
Yeah, far away, Boston.
side strains are managed. I think it's one of those things that you can kind of rush it and it comes back and you're out for longer. I mean, both fully fit. It's a very hard decision I'm not going to make. But knowing the current group and how they work, there'll be strategy that goes into it. I mean, it'll depend on matchups, conditions, things like that. So, I mean, it is a
My well,
but yeah, I'm going to go with Gilly and say they're going to with his side.
my favourite
Who haven't ever suffered a side
football
strain.
team is Southampton, because that is my team. Yeah, but it's about true. That is about true, Kat. This platform has given me access to talk rubbish. Sometimes there's some sense in there. Actually, no, I take that back. It is always 100% accurate information and opinions that I give, and my opinions are never wrong. Remember that, guys. Remember that.
Scott Boland, you must have just been like us, shaking your head.
Well,
watching what he did.
you say that, Rachel, but they are having to try and fill some time, aren't they? We're now 10 minutes over. Yeah, we're 10 minutes over at the moment now, aren't we? So this is always what happens. This is always what happens when there's a delay and commentators and pundits have to try and fill time. This is basically like what I'm doing right now, trying to fill some time. I think the technique should be talking a little bit slower, gives you more time to think about what you're saying and sometimes repeat yourself. So if you ever find that I'm speaking slow and repeating myself, I'm just trying to fill time, basically. Do you know, it really annoys me that my camera is in 1080p, even though the camera I've got is a 4K, apparently, but it's probably not. I'm not using my big bad boy, so because there's too much lag. So this is my camera that gets me decent quality footage, which I'm now using for my videos. Yeah, that's basically what you guys are doing, isn't it, Aussies? You know, just trying to think about what you're going to say next. Yeah, it's really annoying, but for some reason, well, because I need ultra low latency or whatever it is, basically meaning that there's less delay between me streaming to you guys. It will only stream at 1080p, but it looks like crap. It looks awful. Yeah, get yourself a cup of tea, guys. Go get a cuppa, coffee, whatever you want to get. I'd much prefer to be using this and getting a decent quality. They really are trying to kill time. They are really trying to kill time now, talking about old Shane Warne.
This was his platform. This is where he performed his best, and we all know the history he created there, from a flipper to 1992 to really launch his career. A Boxing Day hat trick against England, and then 700.
Cat, what do you mean you're on the gin?
Had the best seat in the house for half.
Cat, it is literally. Well, it's a weekday. Come on. I know it's Christmas, but still, wait until the weekend at least. Talking about gin though, update. If anyone watched my the video where Charlie made the old cherry ripe slice and ice cream, I talked about my slow gin. I'll show you how it is at the moment. Trying to kill time.
Definitely, I mean, he's the reason why I took up leg spin. An absolute hero of mine. I remember growing up trying to copy his and watching the YouTube video of him getting 40 wickets.
My slow gin was made on the 24th of October. There you go, it's doing okay. I'm gonna sort some of it out on the weekend so we can have some for Christmas. This should get us quite drunk because it is mainly gin. I don't really like gin, but slow gin's quite nice. So yeah, that's doing well. That's brewing. I'll take it back now.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to learn from, but yeah, it's something I've thought about.
I could really relate to your comments on that, Kath. I'm not sure if you read them about the concept.
So you're just trying to kill time, really. Hi, Matthew.
Trying to get your head into the game. You've done your prep, and you walk out. You might look at the pitch, and all of the old washed-up experts are out there, and you sort of avoid them. Is that what you said? You sort of avoid them a bit, just to go, look, I don't need to go and have the chat or hear an opinion.
Yeah, well, hopefully game time starts soon. Well, I do watch in 4K most of the time. I do try and watch. Yeah, I do try and watch in 4K if I can. But I just think, from what I'm seeing, I think the quality looks rubbish, and it's annoying. And the thing is, I hopefully, if you watched my videos, hopefully over the last few weeks, you've seen the quality has improved. Whether it's cutting in and out of the video, whether it's the actual image quality itself. So I'm always trying to make it look better. Now, whether it makes any difference, it clearly doesn't, because certain other people have awful quality and people still watch. But I just want to do the best that I can do. And I'm looking at this stream and it's just, I know it's 1080p, but it should look better for 1080p. And I don't know why it doesn't. You should still be able to see individual beard hairs, for example, and you can't. Don't know. It's annoying. Yes, you do. You do, Cal, because it is beautiful.
I'm not sure. Actually, now that he's gone, I've actually actually tried to reflect on the good advice that he did give me. Yeah, I mean, he had a great attitude towards leg spin bowling. He was obviously a freak. Like his hands.
See, for me, as said, I don't want to watch. I wouldn't want to watch anything in like 780. No, sorry, 720, 760. I do technology and I can't remember what it is. Hang on. 720, I thought it was. Yeah, I've got no interest in watching anything under 720. I've got the equipment to show it in 4K, so I want to watch it in 4K. I think 8K will be a bit pointless, but, you know.
2 or 3 years, I reckon. And he rolled one out into the net, and then he rolled one and almost bowled the gadding ball straight up first ball. So, yeah, just an absolute freak at leg spin.
I'd have one question. I'd say, who designed his nightclub in his basement of his house? I'd like to know. Get to the bottom of that.
But if you're watching Kat or anyone, if you're watching a vlog, for example, if you're watching a vlog, would you really want to watch it? Yeah, I know 1080p is fine most of the time. But if you're watching a vlog or something, would you prefer to be watching it in 4K or in 1080 or 720? I wouldn't want to be watching it in 720 for sure. And technically, none of my vlogs have been. All of my vlogs have been in 4K, bar, I think, my first 2. Maybe only my first 1, which was in 1080.
We can try. If we're to defeat him, you have to trust me. We wouldn't like our chances.
Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Available Christmas Day on Sky Cinema.
Hi everyone. I'd like to invite everyone on this train to a Christmas party.
We're not going.
Are you serious? Pensioners and lunatics.
Yeah, let's just watch telly instead with your mum and brother because we never do that.
Well, I know Mr. Beast only does his videos in 1080p. Whoa, Cow, have you never seen my vlogs? Mate, my travel vlogs are always cinematic. Always cinematic. Unbelievable.
That can stop me. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or its savior.
Black Adam, available now to buy or rent.
I can't believe you don't think my vlogs are cinematic.
With Sky Store.
The Blue Mountains! Some of that was cinematic. I'm going to have to up my game if you don't think my stuff's like that. That is what I aim to do. For my travel ones, anyway.
Okay, this is seriously cool.
I become Santa Claus to steal their Christmas.
With over 10,000 movies at your fingertips, you're in for a spectacular month with Sky Store.
This Christmas on Sky Cinema.
This story is all about
Me, the amazing Maurice.
That cat can talk.
Well, have you noticed there's no food?
Smells like
A mystery.
I said, with the vlogs though, I did get a bit annoyed at Charlie. The one thing I told her when she went away to Gdansk was look down the lens. And you'll notice this now after I tell you. And I notice it all the time. If you don't look down the lens, basically, on the camera, I'm getting the camera out again. Once again, I am filling time. So, you have a viewfinder. You got the lens, and then you got the viewfinder, which shows you, right? You know if someone is looking at the viewfinder and if someone's looking at the lens. Now, for me, I don't need to, when I'm holding it out in front of me, I don't need to look at the viewfinder because I know my lens is wide enough to get me in. The one thing I told Charlie, look down the lens. And did she look down the lens? Or I was a little bit annoyed when I was coming to edit. And I remember she was upstairs in bed and I was shouting, look down the lens. Very annoying.
Friday at 8 on Sky Max.
Anyway, little rant. Little rant as Charlie's not here. Oh, don't play the music. That's going to do me. Turn that off. I can't be dealing with the music. Both of my BBL games now have had about 20 seconds of copyrighted music from whatever this or from the adverts or whatever. And it's bloody meant I've had to take all day editing it and cutting it out. Or letting YouTube cut it out. See? Yeah, it annoys me. Because I can tell.
Interesting to hear as well. He's quite a shy character off the field. Jim Hallinan has caught up with him at the SCG. Jim.
Yeah, thanks. I've got the man himself right here. Do you know this is only the second time he's been at the SCG? He's absolutely itching to get out there. You've got to wait a little bit longer than we all hope, but this BBL season's going not too bad. Two games into you, mate.
Alright, we can turn the sound back on after that music's finished.
It's just awesome being able to play for the Canes and getting to play with and against some awesome players.
Take us through the other night. You were just watching the highlights with me then. You saw the smile beaming all over your face. What's it like to see those highlights? And
No, Cal. The YouTube detects music and YouTube brings up a copyright. And yesterday, not yesterday's one, Tuesday's game, about half an hour to an hour, no, about an hour after the stream had finished, I just got a notification saying that it had like a Beyonce or Rihanna or something like that for about 20 seconds and it blocked the whole stream. And then took about 8 hours to, what you can do is on YouTube, you can click on the claim and then just mute the music or cut it out or replace it. So I've just done mute it. And it took about 8 hours, if not longer, to cut out that 20 seconds of music and then get it back on. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I know, it's really annoying. So basically, each game, because obviously I like having a little bit of music, yeah. Because I like having a little bit of music.
It sort of worked for my rhythm, so I just stuck with it. And
yeah, because I like having the background music, the background commentary on my streams. Just adds a little bit of noise to my stream when I'm not actually speaking. I'm gonna get that problem, aren't I? I'm gonna keep getting that problem, I expect, but it's fine, not to worry. As soon as I've done, it sorts itself out, but a little bit annoying.
It's pretty cool because obviously we have
little bit annoying.
Before the games, and then just after the game, getting to pop the phone out, and you've got all these messages. It's been
people that have joined for my streams are soon leaving because there is no game on.
From the crowd, so it's a good indication that we're going to be seeing play sooner rather than later. What's your
hope so?
Because as we've seen already this summer, it's taken turn. So I guess you're licking your lips to have a crack at it.
100%. Yeah, I think obviously there's other conditions like how wet the ground's going to be, how many overs we've got to play, given that it's going to be a delayed start. So a lot of different factors.
I do hope they play less overs now. I do have to do one dog walk at some point today.
Keen to get out there.
Absolutely. As we can see, these are wonderful signs now because the top cover's coming off. The ground staff are removing them, so it won't be too far away and you'll be in play, mate. So we better let you go and warm up, mate. It's been a great ride so far. It's only early in the BBL. Can't wait to see you tonight.
I can't believe this.
All right, team, so the signs are good. That not too
Hello, Brian. Hello, mate. The covers are coming off.
Love your work, Jim, and love the work of Paddy Dooley. What an entertaining character he is, and he's going to be great value in BBL 12, and good to see the covers coming off as well.
I assume what they will do, if you're talking about a rope to get rid of the water on top of the surface, Do they just get a really long rope, hold it at two ends far away and just drag it?
Going to get underway shortly there at the SCG, but whilst we've got Adam Zampa with us, let's have a little spin masterclass with Adam Zampa alongside Gilly at the wall. Gilly.
Fantastic to be chatting spin bowling in T20 cricket with Australia's best performed white ball bowler for a long time, Adam Zampa.
Oh, that's a good shout, Jake. I just will need to turn... All I need to do, Jake, is turn the desktop audio down. If I could turn the desktop audio down for like 10 seconds or 20 seconds, if I could do that, that'd be great. But the only problem is I don't really know how to do it, so you'd have to help me on that one. That's a good one, actually, because I still haven't figured out what I really want for my stream deck. But yeah, if you can help me with that, that'll be great later on. Thanks, Starhawk. Starhawk, you are far too kind. Every stream, you are far too kind. Thank you so much.
You've seen the evolution of T20 cricket, the evolution of the spin bowler. Guys have to bowl power play, have to bowl through the middle, and sometimes even the death. So, and it's probably, you know, you've seen mystery spinners come through. You've seen guys have to change the way they bowl, whether it be a wrist spinner or a finger spinner.
Is Sky showing Gilly? It's the same stream as what you're getting on Fox. It literally is Fox Cricket. But yeah, it literally is Fox Cricket.
Which I found some subtle differences.
Yeah, definitely subtle differences. I mean, if you had closer up shots, you'd...
I don't need the heating on now, Cal. I may have to go straight after stream, so it might have to be another day, but it might have to be tomorrow or something like that, maybe. Maybe I'll watch cricket again tomorrow if there's a game on.
I'm almost bowling a back foot no ball in this one. And this one's more going towards the batsman and in line with my front foot. So
coming through in more of a straight line now.
Yes, correct.
The angle.
Yeah, much straighter line now. And basically what that means is that I'll use less of my top half now. Back then when I had the split leg, it meant that I had to use more of my top half to get it to where I wanted it to. And it's probably hard to see in this image, but you can see I've actually got a longer stride.
Yeah.
These days a bit of a shorter stride. So basically what that means, I get more control with my top half. I can bowl a little bit faster. I definitely bowled a little bit slower back then, and that was probably one of the reasons.
And a little bit more round arm back then, in comparison.
This dude, Zapper or whatever his name is, could have at least
on the right of screen there.
he could have at least ironed his shirt, couldn't he?
What I was speaking about before, I mean, to get the ball down.
Who told him what to wear?
And a split leg.
Can't, you know, if you're wearing a shirt, iron it.
To go towards the batsman, whereas now with a shorter stride, you can, as I said, a bit more control.
Okay, so other spinners, Rashid Khan voted globally the T20 bowler of the decade, given so many players so much trouble. What delicate changes are between you and him in the style of bowler? Because he's quite front on and in alignment, isn't he?
Yeah, similar in terms of the fact that we love to attack the stumps, spin it a little bit each way. I'm obviously more of a traditional wrist spinner where I'll use my wrist with my wrong one as well, whereas his subtle changes are he actually locks his wrist in.
They really are trying to kill time, aren't they?
You can call him. You could probably call him a finger spinner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, as I said, locks his wrist in.
As opposed, so your style.
My style. Other leg spinners, you've probably got your Tanvi Sangers, Hasarangas, guys like that. You bowl your leg spinner like that, and then the wrong one literally comes out the back of the hand. And obviously, really hard to disguise sometimes. You have to have a really fast arm, really fast wrist for it to be hard to pick. Whereas Rash, the thing that makes him hard to pick is the fact that
I don't mind him wearing his own shirt, but it just does show that he looks like an old man. It's basically, you know what I said earlier about, a 90s woman at a social club, working men's club. The shirt is sort of adding to that because I think that's the sort of colour they would wear.
He literally holds the ball at the end of his hand. That's how he gathers his pace just from his run-up.
Yeah, intriguing. For a viewer sitting at home or someone at the ground looking at the contest between a spinner and a batter, anything
14 overs per side.
Take us into that battle and give us an understanding of what's at play. Any little particular points from
What, we're not starting for another...
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the
Are we really not starting for another...
It's always about summing up
Oh, God.
attack or defend. And you can do that in a couple of different ways. Obviously, the king used to say you can attack with...
We're not starting for another, what, 25 minutes? Oh, God, I've got to kill some more time. If anyone's got any questions, feel free to ask some, because I need some help with this.
And then once they're trying to hit you for six, you defend, and that's basically the art of spin bowling.
Okay, well, with that in mind, I was intrigued by Paddy Dooley bowling to the Scorchers batters in the power play. So first ball, last over of the power play. First ball's a dot. Adam Lyth gets the next one for a single. They're going at about 12 or 13 and over prior to this. But he builds some pressure up, nice pressure on Faf du Plessis. Are you computing all the way through here? And I think if we stop there, we can have a look at the field.
Go on, Jake. Do I know any jokes? I know some jokes. You might not get this one. This is my favourite one. You might not get this because your brand of crisps is not the same as ours.
Well, I've found that most guys want to keep attacking you these days.
Jake asks, how much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck as much as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. There you go. Do I know any jokes? I was driving down the road the other day and I saw 2 crisps on the pavement. So I thought it'd be nice and I stopped for them and I pulled down the window and I said, do you guys want a lift? And they said, no thanks, we're walkers. Walkers crisps. That's my good one. Have you watched Die Hard in the lead up to Christmas this year? No, I have not. I don't think I've watched Die Hard in years. Over the last few years, I think me and Charlie have watched some soppy Christmas films. Yeah, we sort of normally end up watching some rom-com type Christmas films. Yeah. There you go, Dave. You got that one. You got that one. Yeah. I do have...
as I said, trying to get in and out of your over and trying to think through the situation.
Well, it's always interesting talking to you about spin bowling, particularly in this format where you are a master. Thanks very much for that little insight, which makes it...
I'll give you another one. Hang on.
Oh, I love your work. What a treat to pick the brain.
I'll give you another one. So, two bits of tarmac sitting in a pub. All of a sudden, a red bit of tarmac walks in. And one of the pieces of tarmac says to the other, you got to watch out for him. He's a psychopath. Psychopath? Depends on your accent, that one. That only works on your accent. Yeah. I'm not a northerner, so it doesn't sound right. Should have been psychopath. Yeah.
So we can see the covers off. Players are out there having a look now. Not far from the bat flip. You guys are obviously very convinced that everyth's safe for the players.
Yeah, look, we can only do what we can do in front of us, but hopefully...
See? Entertaining. I'll give you one more. This one's a bit of a dirty one, okay? There you go. Depends how you say it. Really, you got to say psychopath. But I say psychopath.
Congratulations, this is your debut BBL game, yes?
Don't say debut. That's ridiculous. Right, okay. Yeah, in a Yorkshire accent. Up north, it would work. Me less so, because I'm posh. I can't force myself to say path. Anyway, last one I'll give you. Last one, right. So I'm trying to see what's happening in the game. 14 overs per side. Power play overs 1 to 3. Bowlers over 4. Next one. 2 pubes on a toilet seat. One says to the other, so when are you leaving? The other one says, when I get pissed off. There you go. That's all I got for you. That is literally my 3 jokes.
I mean, if the wicket is what they're saying and it's a little bit dry, you try and use that surface in the first innings while you're bowling, and then, I mean, the ball will get wet, the wicket's going to slide on really nicely, so predicting a pretty high-scoring game in this 14 overs.
Wow. Serves them right. They shouldn't be saying debut. Ridiculous.
Firstly, let's get the odds now, thanks to Better.
I know. I could be a stand-up. Basically, I could be a stand-up.
I want to be a wolf buster. After 50 years, the tables have turned.
What you gonna do with me?
Wolf baggers! What a dump!
A wolf favor stuff.
No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Burger and chips walked into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve food here. Genius. Genius. I'll use that one.
After Ever After, Friday at 8 on Sky Max.
Feeling Christmassy.
Oh no, stop the music. Stop. We don't want chestnuts on a road. Open fire. Turn that down. I saw a man the other day. I went to the shops the other day. And I saw a man carrying loads of tyres. So I said to him, you okay, mate? You look tired. There you go. I heard it earlier on. I'm just annoying me. See, look what's happening with this delay. This is what's happening. It's turned into absolute turmoil. I can't remember if I did. I think I did hear it, but I didn't hear it. I'm not sure. Here's a new Christmas film. Might have to watch this. Only because it's got old the girl from Skins. This is Christmas. Might watch that. Charlie likes Christmas films. So I'm just watching the Duke advert. Anyway. Now, Charlie loves Love Actually, but I'm not a massive fan of Love Actually. The film we watched the other year was quite good. What film did I watch the other year? Hang on. Last Christmas I really enjoyed. We watched that in 2019. We watched that at the cinema. Last Christmas. And it has old... what's her face in it? Well, I can't remember her name. It has one of George Michael's songs that they found. And it has Emilia Clarke in it. That was a really good film, actually, Last Christmas. If anyone's interested. Quite sad. But really good at the same time. Oh, my... Yeah, but Emma Thompson's... to be fair, I don't mind. Me Before You. What's that one? Hang on. Let's have a look. Emma Thompson was in Last Christmas as well. Did you get that one from a Christmas cracker, Sidey? Hi, Buzz2Cats. Hello, mate. Two flies on the toilet seat. One fly says, should we eat first or should we straight to the piss? Oh, I get ya. Going out drinking. Got ya. Oh, no. Stop this music. That's all right. I haven't turned the sound up. It's all right. Sky really are plugging their programmes and films at the moment. EFL 4th round, Man City versus Liverpool tonight at 7 o'clock. I will be out. I'm going to go look at some Christmas lights. She was earlier, Nugget. She was earlier and I shooed her off. She was being a pain in the backside. No, I'm not on about that film. No, I do know that film, and I don't know if I've seen it, but no, the film I'm on about is Last Christmas. Yeah, Last Christmas. I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. Sorry. Game on! Time is coming to play. No, Scott. No, I've not. It's warmed up a bit now. It is warmed up a bit. My house now, without heating... Hang on. My house is now 13 degrees without any heating, so it's all good. Even though it's about 75% humidity. Jesus. I do like singing. I do like singing. What do you have against heating? The cost of it. The cost of it, Sidey. So expensive. No, I'll pass on that one, Jennifer. I will sing everything. I will sing everything. You should see my Spotify playlist. Even though it's still killing time because we've still got, well, about 10 minutes before the game starts. Obviously, Spotify do their list, don't they? Yeah, Spotify do their like your top songs of 2022. Where's the actual thing for it? Where's the old fancy thing? Oh, I saved it actually. No, I can't give you karaoke. Which accent is the one they say singer like finger? Over pronounce the G. What? I have no idea. The Christmas Prince. I'm looking at this. That straight away looks awful. Just from the actual image, looks awful. Sorry, and there's 3 of them. How the hell did they make 3 of them? Wow. Yeah, this is my top 5, and the last one is not because of me. I can just tell you that. The last one is not because of me. Hang on. Let's go that way slightly, get my face out of it. That is my top 5 of this year, and George Ezra is not because of me. That is Charlie. So, mostly sort of pop punk with Bowling for Soup, Sum 41 and Goldfinger. But James Blunt, brilliant. And George Ezra, not as brilliant, but that's Charlie for me. Hang on. I might actually might put that on my Instagram actually. Give me a bit of content which I don't often use. Hang on. Hang on.
Too early, but we'll be busy. Get to see you there very soon, mate. All the best for the 100. Okay, Cap, not too far away. The Sixers have won the bat flip. They will be batting first, and this man next to me will certainly be a big part of their innings, you think?
Good on you, Jim. Can you just shake your head when you look at some of the Jordan Silk highlights over the years, don't you? That catch in particular.
Oh, absolutely. It's so easy to be drawn to his catching, but I think we can't let that overshadow his contribution as a really consistent middle to late order player for them. And even this year, started with 36, 41 and 2 losses. It shows you the value that man has, not just out in the field. He's a wonderful cricketer, a really popular personality, almost a cult-like following in this competition because of those catches.
Liam Neeson is good in it. Yeah, he is good in it.
Bowling hasn't worked for them so far this summer, so that's why they decide to bat first.
I didn't know that information, but I remember a game where we played against Sixers in a rain-affected game, and they batted first and put on a good total, which we couldn't run.
We will get. I'm amazed I've still got 22. I've even got 22 people in there because not a lot's going on at the moment. See, no, Cal, that's not true, mate. That is not the site that is actually there. I said this is what I found. This is what I found. Oh, I see them doing the old rope now. This is what I was talking about the other day. That what you're seeing on the TV is not what is actually there. Because I remember there being there for the Collingwood game. And on the TV and on the actual big screens, it showed the orange sky. But that is not what it looked like.
Patrick Dooley is living the dream at the moment. But I've mentioned that now. I think it is a slow turning type wicket. His skill set will be of equal importance to any spinner.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy you can throw the ball to in any time of the innings, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what fields he wants. He can bowl some really ugly overs. It can definitely look ugly, but the results are. His consistency over the last 2 or 3 years is.
We'll get there in a minute. We'll get there in a minute. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
And then targeting him a little bit, so he's going to have to make these adjustments as he goes.
That's exactly right. With the performances he's put up in his first
Who is?
game,
Which one's Dan Christian? Is Dan Christian the bloke pundit?
Professional cricket, and you haven't seen much of them. That's sometimes how you can treat them. You don't do the due diligence to watch the footage or see their numbers after his performances. Guys will definitely be looking at him in strategy, talking about his action, talking about.
Cal, I know 3 of them have been banned for life, but I'm not sure what that even achieves, really. They need really criminal charges, especially the one that belted bloody the goalie around the head with a metal bucket. How did someone get in with a metal bucket? Not sure.
Yeah. Agree. But they're good value on Fox Cricket, aren't they? Adam Zampa, part of our commentary team tonight. The first ball not too far away. 7 minutes to be exact.
7 minutes.
Short break. Live play going to follow us next. The Sixers, they have won the bat flip and they will be batting first.
No, stop the music. It's going to kill me. Bloody Sky. Now it's... Side, you've not missed anything. You've missed absolutely nothing, mate. Is anyone fed up of Christmas songs yet? I listen to the radio in the mornings, and I am seriously fed up of Christmas songs. Is there anything worse than having to listen to Christmas songs from like the end of November? It's just the worst, right? I was as well. It's like, it's the fact that they were playing them at the end of November. I'm like, what? I feel sorry for people in retail, like Charlie, for example, who has to actually put up with those Christmas songs for such a long time.
Continues with two giants of the Premier League, Man City v Liverpool, tonight at 7.
Live on Sky Sports.
Title is the song you're looking for. Is this a song? Genuine world star in the Prem. Massive fast. They're not playing shoddy. Like he's playing
What stops Erland Haaland, whatever his name is? So it's just, I'm sure they've played it on the radio, to be fair. Christmas songs. I will put Christmas songs on while we're having Christmas lunch, and that's about it. I can't be arsed with it. And obviously, you know my opinions on religion, and then you have bloody then you have old Cliff Richard bloody religious songs on all the time. It's like, oh, can't be dealing with it. Debut. Oh, twat.
Absolutely renowned around the world for the speed they get it done at the SCG. Good afternoon to you. You're looking forward to this one, seeing how the Hurricanes can go.
Right, players are coming out finally. Debut. It just makes me think of Casper the Friendly Ghost. Debut. Funny. Can't be dealing with it. Twat. You absolute twat. I hope that doesn't do me over. My favourite, we probably shouldn't be doing this just in case there's kids here. My favourite's saying someone's a dick eyes. Don't know why. Dick eyes doesn't really make sense, but. Are we all ready? Are we all ready for some cricket? Finally, nearly an hour late. But the cricket is going to get underway very shortly. Pillock, you absolute pillock.
Conversation can happen about, changing a group after some success and when guys are getting a little bit older, but I think they've made the right decision. And yeah, bit of youth in there as well. Young Todd Murphy, he's played a couple of games for the Sixers. Good to see him in the team. He's played a few Shield games lately. There's a bit of talk about him being on the Test tour, and he's really impressive.
Paris with the new ball from the Randwick end. 4 overs, none for 43. 3 overs. None for 40, so he's had a reasonably good start to the big bat.
First ball is coming.
And he's gone at 11.33 in the power play in a couple of games.
Why is it so smoky?
Smoke is clearing. The rain has cleared. We're all set for a start on game 11.
Why is there loads of smoke?
There's a slip in as well.
Boy, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it?
And that is an
That was anticlimactic.
Chalk and cheese compared to what we were dealing with up at the Gabba a week ago in the test.
Oh, they set off fireworks, all right.
Subcontinental like. You can see the tiniest patches of grass. And I believe this is the irony of the situation. The amount of rain that month after month, the time the covers have been on there.
Come on, Paris. Whoa! Oh, that was... no one knew to go for it. The floodlights were in his eyes. That's what it was, I think. The floodlights were in his eyes. Oh, that was not a good bat, though, was it? Oh, that's disappointing. No, no. Oh, that's rubbing it in as well. They've used the TikTok song. Oh, no, no, no. That is really rubbing it in, isn't it? That is why the Sydney Cricket Ground is the boss. And a 6.
This is a great situation for Flipper.
6.
These 3 overs are going to be really important, especially on a wicket like this. I know I said in the pre-game that I would have won the toss and bowled first, but I reckon I would have changed my mind.
All right, yeah, that's what you need to do. If you are if you want to try and sink it, if you're watching on live TV, I'll help you. All right. So it's currently 10 runs for the Sixers now. Wicket keeper's just caught it. I will tell you when he bowls the ball. Okay. Oh no, actually he'll be too far behind. Just delay it for 20 seconds. That's my suggestion. Oh.
Devoid of grass, and there's a couple of pitches either side that have had relayed turf in there.
Thanks again, Starhawk. You know, Rob, I was thinking first impressions to make an impact. The Canes were the first team you watched, so you might end up supporting them. Just a thought. The only problem is I may have a shirt coming from some other team. See you later, Sue. Yeah, I may have a shirt coming from a different team, so yeah, you'll have to wait and see.
As a spinner, you try and sum up the situation of the wicket. I mean, it might be slow, which will suit the finger spinners of the Sixers as well. So even if it doesn't spin, it might stay low. Attack the stumps.
Patterson punches it nicely through the covers.
Yeah, I would just if you're watching it live.
Offside fence after the first.
What you need to do, if you can hear the background noise, you can try and sync it with that. It's a little bit hard. It may be, Jennifer. It may be. It may be. Yeah. Jennifer may be correct.
Yeah, it might have been tight. Look, I think I can understand why McDermott called it, but there's enough noise here at the SCG without it being a capacity crowd. That is a beautiful pickup.
Come on. Patako, just pause it for 20 seconds. You're not missing anything.
Take that on very first ball that you face on a wicket that you've made one observation. Oh, it's going to be slow and low, and to charge
Maybe, Starhawk. Maybe, mate. Maybe.
Well, that's all the skill of that man there on the screen.
Here we go. Dooley straight into the attack, and why not?
Dooley is in the bowl.
Made initial gains on that catch and then handed it over, but this will be interesting. He is our danger man. Is P. Dooley. Arms whirling everywhere.
What? They're trying too hard with this Danger Man graphics. Come on, Dooley. Whoop.
Usually targets the stumps. There is one of those men out there. All right, Zamps, what is he doing? I heard you talking about it in pre-game, Dooley.
Yeah, I mean, when you haven't faced a guy ever, it can be hard to pick up an action, particularly like this. So a lot of guys are finding him hard to pick. He is just a left-arm orthodox, but his wrist is a little bit different to other left-arm orthodox spinners.
Now that I've seen the kit, Starhawk, I will give you that actually, from a distance, the pink isn't too bad. It's not an awful colour. So I'll give you that now. There we go, Patako. Excellent.
He's now bowling to Philippi, who hit a 6 off his first ball. So he bends down as Paddy Dooley. Now he whirls into action.
Oh, no. That's going to be a 1 at least.
Gee, that's good running. Beautifully weighted.
Oh, thanks, Frankie. Thank you so much. You guys are so kind. It's ridiculously how kind you guys are. As I said, I do need some teams that win. Apparently those strikers aren't that bad, so they are top of the league at the moment.
It's a 3-over power play, wasn't it, initially?
Yep. And then a 1 surge over after the 7. Gives yourself room.
Exactly, Sidey. People ruin it for me. Slide!
See the wet outfield.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how the wickets
At least the wet grass will make it easy to slide for the fielders if they need to slide for the boundary.
Now that the ball's a little bit wet, it might just slide on a little bit better.
I spoke to you about this in a wet game somewhere, and you were talking about a little deflection there. About the change.
So that's the question. Who is it tonight? Sixers or Hurricanes? We've had 101 votes at the moment. 59%.
Scooped away in the air.
At 59% for the Sixers, 41 for the Hurricanes. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Fat sides of the ball, usually the ones you can really give a good dry with either a towel or your shirt or whatever it is. So
Hopefully they look well. I can only say because I've watched the one game. But the Sixers look like they're fairly consistent. I don't think they have a lot of variety in their bowling, but I may be wrong just from what I watched. Yeah. Yeah, so they seem a fairly solid team.
He's obviously under the pump after an expensive first over to then bowl a defensive over like this. I think he's got a really good skill set.
19 runs.
8 from the over so far.
What's an attacking ball or a defensive ball quickly here?
I feel Dooley has not been the danger man in this over that they hyped up. Ooh.
Well, I think he tried. He just got his line wrong, didn't he? But he gets away with it due to the pitch there.
8 runs from that six bowls.
Sand. We like sand.
You say that, Patako. Nathan Lyon was not that impressive. Not that impressive yesterday or day before.
When you become an Expedia member, you can instantly start saving on your travels. So you can go see all the
See, yeah, Starhawk, they sort of hyped him up, didn't they? They hyped him up before he bowled, and he didn't really do anything. So that's, yeah, 6 balls, 6 out, you know, it's fine.
Very different bowling, a unique bowling action, and then trying to summarise the pitch conditions as well, which are not typically what you get in Big Bash cricket. Here's Ellis.
Steaming in. Right on the spot, punched back down the ground by Philippi, well timed. And the big man, T. David, coming off a good knock in the last start, gets down.
I hope their shoes and their trainers are sensible.
Listed at 5, but I think with such a reduced game, as many balls that he faces, the Canes are a better chance of winning.
24 from 17 and 46 from 28. He would have played the recent World Cup with his big boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's big boy. He's big up top, long levers, has good reach. So
when Marnus, Aussie Test batter, became the #1 batter in the world, they played the massive video for him, and then he got out for like 6. Yeah. No, what I'm saying is, Cat, their studs don't look very long. So, for example, in football, you quite often hear maybe the ground's really wet, and you'll hear the commentators, for example, say, "Oh, they've got the wrong footwear on because they're slipping and sliding everywhere." Because obviously you get different types of lengths and styles. And so I'm just thinking, are there studs that they don't look very deep?
Did have a sweeper out on the offside prior to that.
Yeah, but yeah, Starhawk, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can overhype someone, can't you? And then they don't really do very well. They'll be like the quietest player on the pitch. Yeah, exactly. That's what they have, Sidey. Oh. 4. 4.
Next to Chemist Warehouse. This is a good start for the home side.
Outstanding start. I think how he's gone pace off there, but over pitch. That was down just above 100 kilometres an hour. Nathan Ellis has just served it up right into the slot, the hitting zone, just to get the hands through it on a slow pitch. Brilliant start.
No, Potako, I was just pretending to hold up a sign. I wasn't giving the official signal. Just pretending to hold up a sign. Very good, Andrew. Yeah, better memories from the SCG than the MCG.
David, the slow outfield, will just hold that up. Well, after the first delivery, quite the score. I was expecting a bit lower in the power play.
Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, I think the wet ball's come into play now. First over, brand new ball on a dry wicket. You're probably going to see a few go underground, but as you can see, Nathan Ellis is really trying to give it a good dry. So I think it's going to be a pretty good wicket from now on in.
Last ball of the short power play.
Oh, 6. Bang. And the dirt is gone. 6 is doing quite well, aren't they? 6s are doing well. 3 overs in, 36 runs. That's not bad, right?
That looks like one of the shorter boundaries at the SCG as well.
Not bad at all.
Looks like
Yeah. Is it so? Do you think they're trying for bigger hits because there's less overs? Does that make a difference? Oh, well, they actually had a power play going on. Okay. But even still, even before this over, they weren't doing too bad.
What ended up being a pretty long half volley, but just proactive, really positive. 36 off 3 overs. So they got 1 over left later in the innings.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would make a difference having less overs if they go harder, because the game's still the same.
They know it well. They feel comfortable here. They have great support. They've had wonderful success here.
4 wickets in 2 games.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true, I suppose, Kat, if you put it like that.
Interesting. Fox wardrobe, Gilly, as you know, is very
good point. That makes sense.
Rolled his own race. And that was a leg spinner by the name of Shane Warne. And then Zamps has come in tonight with sort of some Calico Byron Bay number and just rocking it with style and refused to wear the Fox wardrobe. You're only the second man to do that in the history of the channel.
There you go. Run your own race, they say.
They do.
They got a nice little hemp number on tonight.
As we were talking about, Zamp not wearing a Fox shirt.
Punch straight down the ground, well fielded.
Well, he did say to me, Howie, during the week when I spoke to Zamps, just chatting about coming in and what we've got to look forward to. He did say he's sort of rustling through his wardrobe trying to find some chinos, which I knew that the chino was never going to be found in your wardrobe, mate. But
not a chino man.
Not a chino man. Usually, the guys play a bit of golf. We'll have a pair of chinos. I'm not a golfer. Yeah.
I wish you'd worn that house coat I saw you wearing once. Is there an amazing
I suppose the problem, if they reduce the amount of wickets you're allowed, is it's reducing the amount, the chance of everyone playing. Maybe, I don't know. Not sure if that's a thing or don't know.
got the goats tattooed on his arm here. We can bring that up later if you want.
It's been brought up before with Howe, and he's hasn't
fortunate before.
I made the mistake that I thought they were miniature goats, but apparently they're full size, just small.
They were just little and young.
Good start this for the Sixers though.
Yeah.
Very good start from the Sixers. Even I know that.
In Sydney, just 14 overs each. So it's a really positive start. There's some eyebrows raised when the Sixers won the toss and elected to bat, but it's paying off at the moment. Meredith. And good stump-to-stump work.
This is a better over for the Hurricanes, though. Four balls and only 1 run.
Dominate the competition. Where's a bowling attack? Looking to bowl.
So yeah, this is a much better over, keeping the runs down.
But in saying that too, it's not like he can't play through the offside. He's one of those guys that can hit all around the ground. He plays the laps. Very good player of spin. He plays
Actually, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that the teams can play harder. I assume this is something that's good about the 100 as well. When you're watching the 100, if that's the thought that you can play harder because you've got less overs to get all 10 out, maybe the 100 is even more exciting. I'm actually quite looking forward to watching that in the summer, our summer.
Philippi, yeah, definitely, yeah, absolutely be in the conversation. Already had a little taste in national colours.
Hit. Boom.
He smacks it straight into it. He was the MVP in the Big Bash back in.
There's your 4. That's the way to end. That's the way to end the over. So 6 in that over. But would my line of thinking be correct though, Dave? I assume, do they still... Would my thinking be correct though? Do you still have 10 wickets to get? So it means players can play harder like we're talking about here. Who needs strategy? Just whack the thing. You try and get the player out and whack the bloody thing.
Shadow comes into the attack. We saw him in the World Cup with 1 for 29 in the first game versus the Stars, 1 for 22 versus the Scorchers down at Utah Stadium. Wonderful cricket bowling to Patterson. He needs to
see, that sounds fun. Look, look, this is fun at the moment because they are properly going for the hits. There's more risk of being taken out from the fielders catching the ball. Seems more fun. Shadab's in.
As we've just seen in the first ball, but he's gonna line up this over.
Is that a touch short? He goes up and under.
Oh, 6.
6 for Patterson. That's his second 6 alongside a couple of boundaries.
Okay.
Started like the proverbial house on fire. 27 from 16.
They don't in the 100. They don't play overs. They play in groups of 5 bowls, and 1 bowler can bowl either 5 or 10 bowls before they swap. 10 balls from each end before they swap ends. Okay.
You can use that to your advantage, but it's really hard.
But it depends what you enjoy about cricket, I suppose. See, for me, I want to see those big hits, right? That's what I want to see. I want to see the big hits. And it's down to the bowlers to either serve up the batters those big hits so that the fielders can catch them out and hope they don't go for a 6. Or just try and stop them getting the big hits in the first place. So I clearly like a game where they get big hits. Oh, Shadab. Oh, Shadab. I'm not sure you can blame the wetness for that. I don't think you can blame the wet. Oh, that was painful. He even had about 3 attempts to catch it. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he had 3 chances. Oh, Shadab. At least he can laugh about it, look. I don't think you can... No, I don't think you can blame the wet for that one.
Which was something very special, but that one just got away from me. He can't believe it.
Scott, you need to pause your stream. Pause your stream or pause your TV for 40 seconds then. Oh, man, he's dropped it. The other guy's dropped it now. Oh, this is quite funny. Hopefully this will lead to a fairly high-scoring game in 14 overs. That is funny. Absolutely hilarious.
Too much time maybe on the previous one. Gee, they'll be ruining that. One of the most damaging players in the competition still there.
But, Kat, Kat, you're saying you want it a tug of war between batters and bowlers. Well, I've just given you an example of how it is still a tug of war, or whatever you want to say. It's playing the tactics, surely, then, of as I said, you know, does the bowler play it to allow the batter to hit heavy, or hit hard, should I say, to allow for the fielders to try and catch the ball, or does the bowler try and just keep scores low rather than just necessarily getting him out, just keep the shots to a minimum? Still a tug of war, I think. If that logic is right, I think it's right, but you know.
Just touch the fat sides. That helps me get a bit of grip. I mean, particularly with this grip too, when the ball is wet, not looking to get as much side spin.
I don't know. I've seen it on the telly while I was at a pub eating food, so that is the only experience I've got of the 100.
It's a great explanation, and everyone watching in Victoria has needed that for the last 8 weeks of cricket, to be fair. Paddy Dooley comes back into the
It's a very high scoreline so far from the Sixers, really, after 5 overs, isn't it?
Oh, and he's through everything. How do you keep to him getting all those arms and movements? What are you focusing on?
I am starting to feel this might not be the Canes' day or night.
The left arm wrist spin, but he had a really well-directed, vicious wrong-un. He had an unusual action.
Nice Paddy ball.
And what was challenging was the pace of Bevo's
One.
action when he came up, and just the arm speed was quick. So, yeah, just trying to get familiar with certain points. Do as much keeping as you can in the nets to your bowler to build that keeper-bowler relationship.
Why so low all of a sudden?
But, I mean, even going back as far as facing someone like Lassie Malinga, obviously a fast bowler, but such a unique action. It's just trying to give yourself some time to become familiar with something.
Great explanation. Adam Gilchrist and Adam Zampa in commentary tonight on Fox. Beats the field. He had that test out.
That couple.
West Indies, I think it was. Michael Bevan, where he just
Adelaide
piled in wickets in both innings.
Yeah, Tenfer is batting at 7. He's sort of holding his spot as a bowling all-round for a period there, but what a class player. Terrific player for Australia, Michael Bevan.
I'm not, in this one, Jason, I'm not supporting anyone. I'm just, at the moment, until I get my team, I am just enjoying the game. That's a 4. Another 4. Nice.
And this is on the way to a big total in a restricted game. None for 60.
Jesus. This is, yeah. High scoring. Bang. Yeah, I do have a shirt coming for me soon, apparently. So at the moment, it's just enjoying the game.
0.59 in a 14-over game.
Oh, that's good, boy.
No, not a Sixers shirt. Unfortunately, not a Sixers shirt.
Again, he stayed leg side of the field, but he can just adjust with his wrist work and just almost sort of hockey flick the ball. I remember that Virat Kohli was one of the first that seemed to be able to do that, just sort of slap it to the leg side.
See, I don't think it is. I don't think, like, now I'm looking at the Sixers top. It's not awful. It's not awful at all. But as I said, I just can't see myself in pink.
6 gone, 62 off it.
What if you could send free chocolate in secret to someone special? Maybe that friend who always makes you laugh.
Maybe you can send some Cadbury's to someone.
That needs a little lift. With Cadbury Secret Santa, you can send free chocolate secretly from a poster. Like this one. This one. And this one. I'll be popping up all over the country.
Wow.
For a poster near you.
You can send free chocolate. Nice.
Defensive over in the power play.
Cat, that is really rude. That's not very nice. I'm too yellow. What? That's not a nice thing to say, Cat. I'm too yellow. Unbelievable. That is very rude, Cat. I hope you're sorry. Technically, I sort of do have blue.
Terrific job. Just a couple
Have I not shown you my Well, there's a quick break. Have I not shown you my eyes? Hang on, back in a second. I'll show you.
Over there in the west, but they've got the selection right. I wondered whether Daniel Hughes might come back in. Such a consistent contributor normally for the Sixers.
Hang on. Oh! Ah, that is in the gap. Yeah, that does seem what it's. Yeah, Cat. That basically. That does come across that you think I'm ill.
You put him and Hussey together, and it's out of control.
Wow, Huss.
Mate.
When his real team that he supports gets bowled out.
Jeremy, you've got to give me that. You've got to show me that because that is hilarious. I'm taking it like you think I look ill. And saying about blue eyes. Hang on, after this bowl. Bang.
Did you watch that game, Sam?
No, it's catch the field. My eye is the top one. Yeah, we'll go that way. No, we won't. We'll go that way. There you go. My eye is the top eye. Oh, God, it's gone down. There you go. That is my eye. And that is Charlie's eye. I don't understand why I've only got a small bit of brown in it, but... Yellow is not a good thing. Is he gone? Yeah. Finally. Finally, Patterson is out. I don't know anything about... Look. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did make contact. I would say, Cat, the others thought you meant I look like I've got jaundice as well, so... Yeah. Hi, Glenn. Hello, mate. I'll tell you what, the Hurricanes really needed that, didn't they? They really needed him out.
Teammates down the dugout, the Macca's batting card there. It's such an experienced lineup. Any number of players there they could send in this rain-shortened game. Perhaps get given a bit of a license. Dan Christian could do it. Hayden Kerr scored 98.
Thanks, thanks. I'm glad you're sorry, Kat. That's the main thing.
Stalwart now. The Sixers, James Vince.
Hey, to be fair though, Kat. Charlie said I had sunken eyes, which wasn't very nice. And I'm sure my eyes aren't that sunken. Right, Nishan with 2 more. Vince is now in. Who's Lisa? Who's got a bit of string hanging off his gloves? She said sunken. When she was doing makeup on me, just for a laugh, she said I had sunken eyes. It's not very nice, is it? Not the sort of thing you should be saying to someone.
Saw the width, just a lack of foot movement to get out there and reach it. Just the foot went down, but when you're a positive mindset in limited overs cricket, you're not really calculating your foot movement.
Hi, Sports Highlight Australia, Brooklyn. That is a long name you've got there, mate. I'm very good. Very good. I need to find a way of getting rid of the bags under my eyes. Honestly, it's horrible. It just makes me look tired all the time, even if I've had plenty of sleep.
We were watching the Thunder get rolled for 15 the night before the Brisbane Test, I think, Gilly. I don't think we were having any whiskey, but it happened in a big hurry.
Well, speak for yourself, Sports Highlight. It's not going to be hot over here.
I mean, we'll probably see all the wickets here. And it didn't
Boom, 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 boom.
Just kept going
Come on, stop all the bloody highlights. Not interested.
It's one of those ones where whenever I switched on it, I think 4 for 9 or 5 for 9.
Why are they still showing I say highlights. Why are they still showing the outs on the wickets on the Thunder Strikers game? Botox, maybe I do. I actually do. I have some green tea ones. I actually do, but I'm not sure how much they actually work. Luckily, with the lighting in front of me, you can't see it as much at the moment.
He got frustrated earlier on when someone dropped the ball short.
That's unlike Wadey to...
Have a look who the culprit was in a moment. Philippi, that is a glorious shot. 2 steps down the wicket.
Oh, 4. 76 for 1.
He's going to create a headache now for Shadab Khan. He was dropped just a few overs ago off his own bowling. Shadab Khan.
To be fair, the Sixers are making this look fairly easy, aren't they? Hobart are really going to have to hit hard.
That's those hands you were talking about before as well. Just good bat speed through the ball.
Another 4.
Give it up.
Oh.
Not even a slow outfield is going to stop that ball. So all around the ground, 360-degree player. He's profited with a couple of little edges, one outside edge and an under edge at the start of this over. It's so proactive. Must feel like you're under siege as a bowler. Every ball against this bloke.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the field that they've got set here, very defensive field. They've put their cover out.
Hello, astronaut.
Points, but
just come strolling in.
It's been good enough to pierce the gap, but they've changed the field back now again.
Under edge this time is
sports highlights. I am going to confirm and say no. I will not be watching the Boxing Day test, mainly because I'll be watching the football. I'll be watching the Boxing Day football.
What was that throw?
He is not happy with his teammate, is he? Catch it. There's the second wicket. See you later. It is. Look, we're just over halfway through the game. We're just halfway through the first half of the game, and some pretty hard hitting. Yeah. Yeah, Sports Highlight Australia, don't push me too far, mate. Don't push me too far. T20 was a stretch. And good job I am watching it. But I can't be dealing with spending all day watching this. Yeah, you know what I mean. Always correcting me. And you wonder why I correct all of you Aussies when you get things wrong.
So it's just sort of dangling it out there, tempting the player to try and do something with a wider delivery. I suppose the risk is to get hit over cover, but maybe you probably need a bit more pace on it to get it over cover.
It's okay, Petrarco. I said it's not too bad.
Especially with Flipper being so good over cover. To have the deep point, the cover back up and throw it slow and wide. Flip's definitely good enough to hit it over cover, but yeah, just got big on him. Nice bit of bounce as well, which created that inside edge.
Oh, that's a brilliant catch.
Oh, that is just like the other day. That's your third wicket. Does that make up for earlier on? Does it make up for earlier on? That's low, Blue Dog. That is low about the Swans, mate. Low blow. Good catch. Good catch. Just like the other day, wasn't it? They're still, look, they are still going to have to try and chase a fairly decent score, I think. But that is a duck. That is a duck.
He left a note on his phone. Cicada.
Russian sleeper agent embedded in British society.
London's calling on the forward town.
It couldn't have been that well hidden.
Did you just call? No, I'm sure I said Petrarco. Petrarco. Mate. See? Yeah. Now, Blue Dog, you're going to get abuse. Honestly.
Similar to the other catch he took.
Caught and bowls are always hard. You don't know where to look sometimes. Certain shots going in certain directions and it comes off the inside edge of the bat or whatever. They're always hard. So it's impressive.
Ooh.
You're still sticking with it, that first caught and bowled was a hard one?
Yep.
So it's the spinning brotherhood, I think, is what I'm gathering.
Which is a tight sector.
82 for 3.
Real tight group.
I'm in the player brotherhood. Look after the boys and girls.
Yeah, but a D-grade cricket around the country, which us mere mortals play as amps, there'd be still a few flat blokes after dropping that one.
Definitely.
But as you said, the spin and the wind and the weather and the conditions.
Definitely. I expect to take them, but
Well, you say Silk is good. Let's hope he doesn't get caught out then on his and get a duck.
And he's such a wonderful middle order player for this franchise. People talk about his
Average is 29.84.
and gets it done in a really difficult period of the match.
Yeah, I said that pre-game, Howie. I think that his fielding overshadows the contribution he's made to winning titles for this franchise.
Oh, what I say? Let's hope Silk doesn't get a duck. He gets a duck. See ya. Oh, God. And literally, how did he even miss that with his bat? And that's 83 for 4. Ouch. This is why you don't big up a player before they've actually played. What a waste of your time, mate. You might as well have not bothered turning up, Silk. Oh, man.
He's enjoying his big bash this year in new colours.
3 for 1 from 5 balls.
Blue Dog, just remember as well, I am slightly behind you by about 20 seconds-ish, so just hold up on your... Yeah. How did he even miss that?
yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're out there batting and someone rushes you, you can make a decision in split second just to face up and try and hit it, or pull out and make sure that you're ready for the next one. But yeah,
Is he going to get another one out? Is he going to get Christian out?
probably not ready for it and got a pretty decent ball in the end.
Do we not have another look at that again in a moment? He had that split second whether to wait or
No.
it's wide down the leg side. Have we got that same?
I think we need Buddy to come in next, Rob, or maybe Isaac Heaney. Come in where?
So he's setting his mark.
Confused.
He's still sort of getting himself gathered. Dooley
Yeah, pause. That's the best thing. Pause it for like 20 seconds or something. This is right. They really keep confusing me because they keep showing highlights, and then I think someone else has got out again.
They've yet to take the surge, so it'd be interesting to see how many balls Christo and Vincey give themselves here before they take it.
The run rate is slowing down, isn't it? They're falling apart. Oh. Danger Dooley is here. Danger Dooley's turned up. Ouch. Danger Dooley. He is phenomenal, isn't he? What a bowler. This is hilarious to watch. This is what you need. This is what you need. Just loads of outs or big hits, either way. I know. We were not long ago saying that Danger Dooley isn't that dangerous, and now all of a sudden, bang! Wow.
But 4 for 2 from just 7 deliveries from a powerful position. All of a sudden, Kerr needs to walk out. We'll have a look at the replay. Dan Christian was that keen not to look at the umpire for the edge. He started marking.
No. Blue Dog, do you mean Abingdon in England? Because if you mean Abingdon in England, I've been there. My dad lives very, very close to there.
Christo's a bloke that's never out, even when he needs it.
This is so funny. 84 for 5. It is just... They have fallen apart, haven't they? Yeah, Cat, good choice there. It looked good to start off with. I was thinking, oh, maybe I should start wearing pink. I've changed my mind.
Warner pops. So 4 bowlers can bowl 3 overs. So that'll be the end of the spell from Paddy Dooley. Beautiful.
Abingdon isn't really near Swindon, I don't think. Abingdon's near Oxford. I'm pretty sure. I have to Google that now.
Very impressive spell. Bowled a great defensive over in the power play, and then he's made the most of this outside of the power play with the field out. As we've spoken about, he just must be really hard to pick up, particularly if you haven't faced him. I know Wadey said in the pre-game that...
Yeah. Abingdon is between Oxford and Didcot, which my dad lives in Didcot. Nowhere near Swindon. Well, it's not nowhere near Swindon, but yeah, I would say it's closer to... If you're going to say it's closer to somewhere, it's closer to Oxford.
It is. He's on a hat-trick. Oh, and it's pumped down the ground. Well picked up, Gilly, because there's been a lot happening. It nearly fooled a few last night with...
Well.
Into a hat-trick situation.
Well, no. No, you're... Well, Jake, Thunder didn't collapse, did they? Thunder was never built in the first place. Old Sixers, they built the old building up nice and high, and then it all went toppling down.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, he's a that's out.
Indeed it is.
They want it out.
Was it off the glove?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, old bowler's arm between us went up very high.
Doesn't the glove still count as the bat?
Yeah, the line looked good, didn't it? It was just whether, just given the view from front on, whether.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah.
No hesitation.
Isn't the glove counted as the bat?
This is the perfect example of the use of it.
Can we start with the front foot, please?
Let's check this out. Yeah. See you later, Frankie.
We can move front on.
His glove.
I'm a spinner, mate. As soon as it's hitting the stumps and it hasn't hit the bat, then I'm up.
The ball's very close to the glove there. We'll just check that with Ultra Edge. Okay, yeah, we can freeze it there. Thank
But
you.
the debate won't be tomorrow. What about the howler and the big bash?
So I'm going to go back on field.
I agree. How are you?
Mike, I'll get you to change your decision.
Yeah, he's not out then. Okay.
And you can understand why.
Yeah. I am a big lawn bowls player. Sports highlight. Big lawn bowls player. I don't mean I'm really tall. I just mean I love bowls. Rugby. Watch both codes of rugby. Yeah. It's about it sports-wise. I don't think wrestling counts as sports.
That's the question.
Well, you're right about DRS. It's, go up, and if they get it wrong, then send it upstairs.
Absolutely. A remarkable transformation in this game. Touch short.
They are struggling to get anything now, aren't they?
Orthodox about Dooley just to get the word out there, and then he does have a few variations.
Yeah, jelly wrestling. Nice, yeah.
I think the hard thing to pick up is that he doesn't spin his hand or his fingers over the ball until basically it's at the end of his action, whereas a pretty normal left arm spinner starts spinning it from the bottom of their action. So
I have a question. I have a question. Why do the players wear a t-shirt with a vest over the top and not just a t-shirt? Any ideas? I'm pretty sure that, they're wearing a long sleeve t-shirt, most of them. Some wear short sleeve t-shirt. But they have a vest on over. Why? I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the same with Dooley.
4. There we go. That's a slightly better over. 6, 7, 8, 9.
For the Sixers, 9 off that over. It's the 10th, so 4 to go. 5 for 93.
Yeah, to me, it looks like Dooley.
I was born here. I'm from here, and I'm never leaving here. I'm a New York hotel. Yeah, I'm tall. 563 feet and 2 inches. I'm on top of the world. I'm looking for someone who likes to be in the middle of it all, but also likes some peace and quiet. You hungry? I know a place. And a few others nearby. It's the city that never sleeps. But hey, if you need the rest, I've got you covered.
How a guy's holding it from back here, whereas with this guy, it's
Gonna play. Haters gonna hate. Shake it off.
It's a new skill. I haven't seen anything like it.
4 wickets in the
You
last.
gotta love a little bit of Taylor Swift. Is that all it is? Okay, it's just extra. Why don't they just wear a base layer like in other sports, in football and that? If you're cold, just wear a...
Slow ball, Vince waited and punched.
Yeah, if it's cold, just wear like the team colour base layer. Oh, Nanya's here. Nanya, if you're here to moan that I'm not watching Test cricket and only watching T20, then shove it up your ass. But yes, yeah, I am enjoying it. I haven't had to get up to watch this either. But no, I am enjoying it.
Really well, but on any given night, you still might have none for 35 off that. But you can sit back and analyse it.
Sorry, I think you enjoy the singing, really.
He was under a bit of pressure, none for 7
Wide.
his first 2, but he looks like a courageous type that almost gets rid of what's happened before and just focuses on the very next ball.
Yeah, I mean, if you can have clarity with your role and with what you're doing, particularly each ball, and you think you're either making a good decision for the team, a good decision for yourself, whether it be an attacking one trying to get a wicket or a defensive one trying to get out of the ball, then as long as the decision making is there.
Okay, well, Nanya, you'd come and enjoy the T20, mate.
That I won't execute what I've planned to do or what I've decided to do at the top of my mark, but I'm happy to reflect about that after the game. Some days I'll bowl crap and you'll get 3 for 20.
Yeah. Or you could bowl your best ball, but a batter just might be better in that contest.
Exactly. As long as you're honest with yourself, I think your game will develop from there. But I mean, if you bowl bad, get 3 for 20 and you think it's okay, then I mean, probably not reviewing your game as well as you possibly could, in my opinion. But yeah, that's the way I try and go. I mean, Paddy Dooley here, he'll reflect on the 18 balls that he's bowled and potentially be
Sure.
17 decisions.
Really? Surely as a cricket person, you would have watched some tests, some T20. Surely. It's not that bad. This is only the 3rd game.
About the analysis that's involved. Kerr trying to get the Sixers back on track.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Don't think so. Don't think so.
Look at a spell, or do you just have a general feeling? Like after each game, do you look back at what you bowled?
Sometimes. Sometimes I won't. I mean, it actually all started probably my first couple of years at Stars. I really enjoyed working with Stephen Fleming, and he's a very reflective coach. And his approach would always be to sit me down and be like, this is what I thought about the 24 balls you bowled today.
And show you them?
Yeah. But not show me them, and he'll have them written down, and I'll be like, oh, mate, I tried to get a wicket this ball, and I got hit for 6, and he'd be like, it was a good decision. I thought you made the right decision at the right time, just maybe didn't execute it. So ever since then, ever since working with him, I've kind of taken that approach. I mean, I try and make the right decisions for the team at the time, sit at the top of my mark.
Hang on, I have to look at that now. I have to look at that now, Cat.
Into the wicket to make it easier for the next guy coming onto bowl.
99 for 5.
In itself. What do I got to do now to make the next man's job easier as part of a team unit?
Final ball, the Ellis over to Kerr.
Leg spinners have a bit of a bad rap on getting to the end of
6 from that over.
Maybe throwing one up a little bit higher. And I've tried not to be that guy.
5 for 100 comes up in the 11th over. At the completion of the 11th over, Harvey Norman highlights it's the wickets. It was the first one. It was a 68-run opening partnership. And then Philippi, he went after surviving a missed opportunity of Shut-Up Khan's bowling. He ended up picking him up. Very next ball, it was a blinder, ripping, caught and bowled. Smiles returned to the faces, and then they went on a little roll, didn't they? Paddy Dooley.
Oh, yes, they got one wide. Yeah, Sidey, you're right. They did get one wide. I was just counting the numbers.
Couple of wickets there for Paddy Dooley. He's completed his 3 overs. 4 bowlers can bowl 3, and there's 1 power surge over available to each team, and it has just been taken by the Sydney Sixers.
So Meredith will face the music to Kerr. 2 men out on the leg side. And hence the fact he bowls a wide Yorker outside of stump. Gets away with it.
I think on a night like tonight, it's always going to be difficult for the bowling team to get their surge decision in terms of having the right bowler bowling at that time. I think the Sixers have played it really well here. Obviously, it's only 1 over tonight. Their best defensive bowler is Nathan Ellis. He probably would have bowled it if he had the opportunity, but I think they've played this really well. Trying to target Meredith, although he's got some good skills as well, but I think the Hurricanes would have liked Nathan Ellis to bowl this one.
Harris and Ellis have done the majority of the work in the surge.
4.
The issue you face with only 2 out on the leg side. Kerr just bangs it through the offside thanks to Chemist Warehouse.
Really good point about Nathan Ellis, I think, Xanth. For mine, it looks like this is such an unnatural ball for Meredith to bowl. He is a fast bowler, isn't he? He's aggressive, he's tall, he can bowl upwards of 150 there or thereabouts. It seems like a really unnatural change-up for him to have to take so much pace off it, and therefore it just brings with it a little bit of inaccuracy and good batting from Kerr to pounce on it.
Guys like Riley, you've probably seen him
105 for 5.
When he's a little bit younger, took the new ball because they thought the pace would really work for him. But now they prefer to go have the field spread with guys. It's a bit like Sean Tate back in the day. Better off giving these guys a bit of protection and just saying, mate, you bowl as fast as you can, bowl bounces, bowl the stumps.
It has, Cat. As you can tell it's lost a little bit of its mojo because I'm not talking as much. This is why I have the game sounds on in the background. So at least you've got some noise when nothing's really happening. But yeah, I think certainly the Canes need. This is good for the Canes if they can keep the scoring down.
Yeah, I thought the opening stanza of this game, there were bonus runs that they were able to take. I thought there was a blend of a couple of bad deliveries that they were quick to pounce on. Some really proactive mindsets from the 2 openers.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Ryan. Yeah, if you can you link that on my Discord on the suggested, please?
Into that equation, 10 and over. If they can do that 120 odd, they take 120, 130. I just think executed well, the variations on this pitch are going to be hard to score.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we've seen the wicket still.
It started so well, didn't it? It really did start slow. Sorry, fast, and it is just slowed right down.
Reverse swing with Nathan Ellis in the last over, saw it angle back into the batters, so the ball's obviously gotten a little bit softer. Maybe the outfield, the wet outfield, hasn't come into play as much as we thought it might. Yeah, it's really tough for these games to know what the past score is.
I think you're right, Gilly. I really feel they've got their nose in front with the score, but possibly not with the wickets to come. But good score so far. It's a good over though from Meredith.
He wanted to run. He wanted to run, but he changed his mind.
Lowest number of runs to the Hurricanes. Let's have a look at that last over from Riley Meredith.
So 2 overs left. 106 for 5.
To adapt in a fast-changing world, you could hire a professional pit crew.
I would like to say as well, guys, streams have been sorted for the Sydney and for the London New Year's Eve fireworks. So if you haven't already, in the Discord server, the links are in there. Make sure you set your notifications for that. That'll be obviously on the 31st of December.
Job for his captain, the Macca's batting card there.
Nanya, I have done a video on Bradman. Actually. I don't know if it's a very good video, but it's I did do a video on Bradman. I'll even give you a link for it if you're interested. There you go. There is my video on Bradman. It was a while ago now, though. When was it? It was... where did I even post it?
First ball's at 108.
Did I post that? I posted that.
Ellis. Slower one again. High, hasn't timed it that well. Tough catch.
Oh, he's dropped it. He's dropped it. Oh, man, the fielding has been a little bit poor. Yeah, the Bradman video I did. I love, I said once again, Sydney Cricket Grounds playing the TikTok "Oh no, oh no, oh no" song. Yeah, I posted the Bradman video in last October, as in 2021. So it's been live for 426 days. Let's go for a 4. Is anyone there? 4. So annoying you can't see where the fielders are. Well, the London, yeah, both the 31st for me, but yeah, the London one will be in the morning for you guys.
Goes for 4, so I think definitely going to go back to pace off.
Oh yeah, hold your head in shame, mate. Not a good over for the Canes. A good one for the Sixers, though. Are they going to... Oh, God. I thought they didn't know who wanted it.
He'd look like he'd be a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Cal. Yeah, that is true. That is true. 115 for 5. Is he at... That is true. The commentator says it's spot on. It sounded better off the bat than it actually ended up being. Hi, Top 40, mate. Hello, buddy. Thanks for joining.
Pace deliveries to start the over. A couple of on-pace deliveries. One to come, 10 from it. Can Ellis get out of it?
Ten so far. 10 runs in this over so far. One more ball.
One leg and third man both up inside the circle.
What is going on? What are those kids doing? And what are we waiting for?
You couldn't get a bigger side screen area at a cricket ground, but unfortunately we're over on the right-hand side of the wicket block, and that area there's...
Top 40. One, what are they doing in the crowd? I'm confused. Seem to be more entertaining than anything else. I would say... Yeah, I'm going to say your statement is a bit wrong, Top 40. This is a... Did you remove your comment? I think you did, didn't you? Cal, I cannot agree or disagree, okay? No comment. How distracting the players? How can that be distracting the players? You're on a massive field. Well, Blue Dog, yeah, it's madness. Hypocritical of the fans, though, isn't it? Like I said.
Goes back to the fence.
And the shorter boundary to the leg side.
Oh no, you didn't, Top 40. This is more a faster game than cricket. This is a more faster game than cricket. This is cricket, just a different version. Oh, that was high. Oh.
I think you'll have to re-bowl it. This could be a real momentum changer.
So does that mean he gets the 6 and another bowl?
6 and a free hit, the worst thing the bowler can see. Hasn't started the over, and he's already conceded 6.
Yeah, but if you're in a stadium, you know, you're in a stadium, you've got to deal with that, don't you, surely?
Especially at that pace, they can very, very much surprise you when they're that close to...
Nice. So then so if really, so it was too high, basically. He gets a 6, he gets to keep whatever he gets, and a free hit, so he's got to make the most of this then.
Gets out of it reasonably well.
Or they've even added an extra circle on the bottom.
Mentioned momentum changer there, Howie. So
No, that's not true. I can tell you that's not true. Because five-a-side really is a different game completely, because there's a completely different amount of players on the pitch. The size of the pitch is different. I don't like that reference. T20 is to cricket what five-a-side is to football. That's not true. It's not true.
Opportunity to capitalise here, get well over 130, mid-off, up. Extra protection out on the leg side.
I've not been impressed by any of the other bowlers other than Dooley.
You think you've just had your... I don't think I've ever seen you in a jacket and shit. I think they've stuck your head on Mike.
It's not. As I said, it's really not. You know, as I said, five-a-side football and normal football is not even remotely the same comparison.
They won't let you back into Byron Bay after that picture goes round.
I didn't go to private school, so I don't know where you've got that photo from.
I think it might have been a bit of Photoshop work. Just joining in a bit of rain around early.
We're almost, well, four balls left, 128 for 5. Five-a-side, no, not necessarily, Sidey. Five-a-side they normally play it on AstroTurf. You get like five-a-side's quite big actually now. Normally played, you can play it indoors, but normally it's played on AstroTurf. You get a full-size pitch split into like 2 or 3.
In the middle of the innings. And now they're both teams trying to close it out in positive manner. And at the moment, after a bad start, Riley Meredith doing the job.
Yeah, quite often five-a-side football is what's sort of played in the evenings, and there's loads of five-a-side leagues on AstroTurf. Like I said, you normally have a full-size football pitch split, because AstroTurf has all the different lines on it. It's normally then split into 2 or 3. Oh, I can't play five-a-side. Five-a-side is exhausting. Absolutely exhausting.
Mid-off's up. He tried to go wide last time. Meredith with this field. Straighter.
Oh. Oh, just stopped it going out.
Good work on McDermott.
Oh, as I said, five-a-side is like on another level. Honestly, it is on another level. Five-a-side is like playing, well, no, actually, it's not quite as bad as squash. I love squash. I haven't played it in years. But that is exhausting.
Hope they send him out at 3. I just think this is a perfect scenario for him.
2 bowls left.
David. That's it. Man with 2 first names.
Larry David.
Larry. Into the pitch. Vince watches it go by.
He's given it as a wide.
Yeah, those 3 overs with field restrictions at the start could be the telling factor in this run chase. 36 is what the Sixers picked up off their power play, the 3-over power play.
After watching the first over, I think most of the Sixers players will be putting their hand up to bowl it. I reckon.
Long over, 3 wide, 2 wides and a no ball. And it continues with a bit more pain.
4.
In the tail for the home side. 136, 50 partnership is up.
136 for 5. 1 ball left.
2 off 34 deliveries this partnership. And it swings, this over swings the momentum back towards the home team.
A decent, to be fair, I know the Sixers did have a little bit of a bad patch, but doesn't seem too bad. Doesn't seem too bad.
Last ball of the innings if it's a legal one. Same field.
Oh, no, not quite.
Time to come back. Surely there's not. In fact, there's not. So Neesham was the one that whipped it in.
Oh.
It's like a total of 5 for 137 for the Sixers in a reduced over game. It's 14 overs.
Did he get him out in the end?
Great opening partnership.
He did. 137 for 6.
68.
I tell you what, not a bad score in considering the games we've watched. 6 overs less. Quite a decent score, right? It's a fairly big score. Yeah, I'm sure I assume we can all agree.
What about you, Zamps? I'm with the Sixers as well. I think the fact that they've been able to watch the bowling innings now and sum up the conditions, I think they'll be tough to get.
We'll take a quick break here. Great debut by Adam Zamps.
Debut. Don't say debut. That's just the worst thing I've ever heard, I think. I can't deal with that. Yeah.
My story. 3-parter. Don't miss it.
Alan Border leads Australia for the first time as a captain. Sort of caught me by surprise.
Yeah. There are more and more... Oh, let me turn the sound down just in case. I think there's more and more professional or at least semi-pro teams, football teams that are getting Astro as their main pitches. But I don't like AstroTurf to play or referee on, if I'm honest. I don't think it's great for my heels and my ankles and things. Yeah. I tell you what, if you want really good five-a-side football, is watching the Masters. I think it's the Masters, where basically ex-professional players who played for certain clubs play... I don't think they have it anymore. They might have brought it back, but that's really, really good actually. So you have all like the Man United's, Man City's, the Chelsea's, the Saints. Yeah, it's doing my head in. They're saying debut instead of debut. Right, I'm going to be back in a second. I need a toilet, so I'm popping for, toilet. Chat amongst yourselves, go grab yourself a drink, and I'll be back shortly.
What if you could send free chocolate in secret to someone special? Maybe that friend who always makes you laugh. Or just someone that needs a little lift. With Cadbury Secret Santa, you can send free chocolate secretly from a poster. Like this one. This one. And this one! I'll be popping up all over the country. Look out for a poster near you.
I sentence you to 6 days of locked nerves.
Your Honour, I have Vicks Sinex. And plea for the verdict be shortened by 2 days.
Vicks Sinex. No other nasal sprays proven to unblock the nose faster while helping you recover up to 2 days earlier. Vicks Sinex.
In the wilderness, fearless and human. Sauvage, elixir, deal.
I am the ghost of Christmas present. Like the Christmas Carol? Be a positive force for mankind. Where real change begins. People don't change. You can't just run away from them haunting you. Hello? I thought we were becoming bros. I was gonna say friends, but bros.
If you don't think there's hope for the world, why bother going on?
Keep going, friend.
Big break on Fox Cricket. Rain delays the start of play in Sydney, making 14 over game. The Sixers, though, they won the bat flip, elected to bat first and got to work. Curtis Patterson and Josh Phillips put on a 68-run partnership, and the Canes took control over that from Shadow Khan. And Paddy Dooley among the wicket takers. Sixers finishing 6 for 137. Adam Gilchrist. The Sixers looked a little bit shaky there. Missed a few darts, but picked it up well, nicely.
People there in the middle, it wasn't an emergency at that point in time, but it was resurrected beautifully.
Played a second hand role to Hayden Kerr, 32 off 20. It was fantastic. Really challenging.
Ugh. Right, I'm back. Hi, Toby. Rugby 7. Yeah, hang on. I'm going back to comments.
Genuinely be that guy that bowls it for the Hobart Hurricanes. Riley Meredith ended up bowling a really good surge over anyway. But yeah, I mean, to manipulate yourself through the bowling innings as a captain is slightly more difficult in this situation, for sure. But yeah, I mean, a few hiccups through the middle against the spin.
I would say,
really
talking about football and five-a-side, we do have futsal. Futsal is played indoors, and that's a slightly different style ball. It's the ball doesn't bounce as much.
Now it's pretty simple for him. He's just got to go out and score runs, Gilly, and he's started BBL 12 well.
He has, yeah. He's always very consistent at the top. He'll come out and just have all that creativity. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve O'Keefe's got the first ball, first over, just to challenge him. Although against a left arm orthodox, you can get after them as a left-hander, but he's so skillful. But all the bowling options well covered, the Sydney Sixers. But I do think the first 3 overs, you don't want to look away there. That's going to set up so much.
And Sean Abbott, he is a danger
All right.
man tonight.
Sixers have taken the in the lead still with the vote. If it is, I'm surprised that didn't get plenty of views.
This unfairness must have ignited something, as years later she boycotted the 1911 census. The suffragettes gained the vote for women, and I discovered she was one of them. My great-great-aunt, Eliza Dobson.
Bring your backstory to life with Ancestry.
They were all yellow. I came along.
I wrote a song for you, and it was called Yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones, turning to something beautiful.
Oh no! Stop the Coldplay! Stop the Coldplay! Oh, DHL, you've screwed me there, haven't you? You have screwed me. Oh, man. Hi, Go Bloods.
If you could send free chocolate in secret to someone special. Maybe that friend who always...
They do need to hurry up. I've turned the sound back down. These adverts with the music. Honestly. I think at this rate, I'm going to be a bit late getting out to do my dog walk.
Christmas Retailer of the Year. Like fresh British turkey, the star of the show. On sale now. You know where to go. you've never seen so much. Katie just laid touch.
I'm fed up with adverts. Actually, I'm not fed up with adverts. The adverts are fine. I'm just fed up with just get the game going again. This is one thing about AFL. The halftime break is so long. God, it takes ages. Shall I see if Sky Sports is I know Sky Sports for me is a decent stream. Shall I see if I can get KO? If I can actually get it on KO Cricket, Fox Cricket. Let me have a look if I can get it this time. Hang on. KO, where is KO? KO Cricket. Alright, there you go. I've switched over to... the quality's not as good. I'm going back. Nah, the quality's not as good. I'm going back to... Sky Sports. Going back to Sky Sports. I don't mind the ads too much. I can get full HD in this. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. The stream's fine. I just, yeah. I was just saying, yeah. No, I don't need a VPN, Sadie. I've got a special stream, mate. Special stream, my friend. And that's the first bowl. Yeah, but I don't really want to watch it on Discord. I want a decent full screen. Hi, Louise. Melbourne just got hit by sudden flash floods. People had to jump on their car roofs. Cars, Jesus. Wow. So much for Australia being a summer Christmas, eh?
A lot of strategy goes into these games, and this is obviously part of it now. Off spinner to Darcy in the power play.
Action.
Oh.
Immediately the pressure comes on the Hurricanes the first over. Interview with Jordan Silk on the 100th game. He said, "My dad always told me, even if you get nothing with the bat, you can still make an impact in the field." And he's done that throughout his career. He missed out in his 100th match with the bat. First ball, nice delivery from Dooley, but
sorry, yes. I was too worried about the adverts and all the music. There you go. There's the first 6.
Really nicely executed slog sweep. Didn't get too greedy, didn't try to overdo it. Got the 6 runs.
Is that the dot slog, Billy? Get out of jail a bit?
Yeah, well, restricted power play. Definitely would have thought we can't afford to, for this one, just to go for a 2 or 3 off the over. So imposing himself.
See, this is the thing in Australia that isn't really on all the adverts, is it? Yes, a lot of the time you have sun. But the problem is in Australia, the weathers are so much more extreme than over here in England. And you have to deal with a lot of bad weather, whether it's too hot or too wet.
There's still a bit of moisture on the surface here at the SCG. It's considerably drier, though, than the start of the match. Just talking to a couple of the Sixers guys before they headed out. In terms of the pitch, a little bit too paced, but they certainly were very keen on what they saw in that earlier innings where we saw the match literally turn on the spin. So, yes, quite obviously, they're going to be using the same sort of technique you'd imagine in this one.
How's the surface, Jim? It normally dries pretty quick at the SCG. What's it like?
Yeah, not too bad. It's a lot drier than when we started, but you can still see droplets on the top, so it's going to have a bit of an impact, you'd think, in terms of grip and perhaps just the ball getting a little bit softer, a bit quicker, but a lot better than the start of play.
Great stuff, Jim. You can see Jim on Test Cricket Daily every day before the Test.
I just realised, Blue Dog, I just realised who you are after that comment. Oh, Corey. Sorry, now I know. See, this is the problem with the YouTube usernames. People that don't use their real names. It's very confusing.
For the pre-game, I said 3 spinners were picked for the Sixers. So the leg spinner's name's Naveed, is that right?
Yep.
That's right.
Naveed and Naveen.
Oh, are you not? Oh, well, the guy called Corey, who's in the Sydney cheer squad, has just gone from... He's literally just moved from Melbourne to Brisbane as well. Well, that is a coincidence. That is a coincidence.
I was excited about watching the 3 spinners go.
Yeah.
I want to know what your real name is now, Blue Dog.
Darcy Short's giving him a hip and shoulder.
Little contact session.
How intentional that was was it intentional or just an accident? Blue Dog. That's funny, isn't it? Someone has just done the same thing as you, Nick. Amazing.
Running to Ben McDermott, punched him under the ground. Big strong man is Ben McDermott. Naveen again. To McDermott. Wide on the crease. The advance and a bit of angle beats him on the inside.
Didn't quite make contact with the bat.
Slow ball. Was there 2 noises?
Or... Well, they've shouted, but they did play on.
I thought there was a second noise there. Having a think about it.
Well, I thought it was an initial noise at the edge of the bat into the pad. That's
a bad review.
They are checking it. They are going for a check.
Remember, you've only got 1 review. If it's unsuccessful, you've lost it.
Yeah, I think potentially hit it outside the line.
Other than that, pretty close.
Bit of everything, maybe.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Old Naveen here. He's got a base layer on instead. It should be pink, though. If you're going to wear a base layer, it should be the same colour as whatever your... should be the same colour as whatever your t-shirt is. It looks like it was going to hit the stumps.
Can we just take that back, please? Have the ball in front of the bat, and then we'll just roll it past the bat again. And we'll go forward. Thank you. So I've got a clear gap between bat and ball.
Yeah.
Impacting the pad. We can go to ball tracker when ready.
I think it was going to hit the sticks, wasn't it?
Not out. Ball pitching outside. Impact is outside. We'll go back on field. Mike will get you to stay with your decision of not out.
No, well, there you go, not out.
It's much easier from this angle, I tell you what, when I'm bowling. Finchy.
How amazing is all this technology, eh? And I think in a sport like this especially, it's easy to get it right when you've got the technology. It's not subjective, is it?
Short again, facing Naveen. I'm sure you've come up with a protocol at the Stars. How does it work? Because you're the man that needs to make the T signal now.
We haven't actually.
Right.
Hasn't been spoken about because the first 2 games hasn't been needed.
Bad boys, bad boys.
So probably just going to go with keeper, bowler. What protocols can you come up with for the DRS?
Someone square of the wicket, just on height. I think that's what they use in the test team. Nathan Lyon generally out at point. Looks a bit frustrated, Darcy Short. I don't know whether the little body blow, the body check, is still in his mind. He'll be relieved that that delivery was recorded as a wide.
Well, yeah, look, on AFL, I've said already there is no reason why they can't use better technology. They need video assistant referees as well. They've got the money, they've got the technology, and they still stick to cameras on the goal line, which is, well, looks like it's from the 90s, for Christ's sake. This is a slow second over.
Also got impressive left arm quick. Who's playing for the Thunder?
Yeah,
he's really good.
Faruqi.
Yeah,
I like the way he goes about it. They nearly pitched it in Adelaide. Rashid Khan came in and hit some big balls late in that game, didn't they?
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't see why they can't use Hawkeye in AFL. Surely they can use Hawkeye in AFL, just like they use in football, to know if the ball's gone over the goal line or not. Surely. So that would certainly save on that silly, slow motion, blurry football view that they do.
Don't forget to recycle.
Unbelievable.
Why does it only work for round balls? Is that really true? I'm going to have to Google that now. Does.
Everybody loves Liddy. I noticed that he did put out a tweet saying, what song should we play when Kristen comes out the bat?
Okay, I'm Googling it.
But I was shocked when he was departed from the Brisbane Heat. He's been a fine acquisition for Adelaide. Abbott into the attack.
Okay, I can't see anything. Oh.
And gets the rope. That's an exclusive game. A double header tomorrow. We start at the Junction Oval tomorrow. That must be your game. The Stars versus the Scorchers.
That's correct, yes.
That's a double header exclusive on Fox. That starts at 3 o'clock on air. So a double header. Good vibe at the
Don't know. Can't see anything obvious.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Those grounds with the small capacity, feels like everyone's on top of you a little bit. It's usually really good atmosphere. So I love a good day game.
That's hit from McDermott. He's so strong and powerful, square of the wicket.
6.
Sends it about 15 back, and that's a bit of impetus that the Hurricanes needed.
Look, well, that's the if they want to get rid of controversy, for starters, you know, it's not like they're short of money, is it? Let's be honest, they're not short of money.
The first game, but it was his economy rate going at up around 10 and over so far. 37 and 45 have been the totals that he's gone for.
24 runs, 2.3 overs.
A crucial over this for the Hobart Hurricanes. 36 was the power play score.
It's madness, actually, that all sports now aren't in 4K, because the technology is there, and in relative terms, it's not that expensive anymore. So it's mad they haven't got 4K.
Actually, it was very uncharacteristic.
No. Well, look, they don't care about getting rid of controversy in football, if that helps. Swing and a miss. But, as I said, you know, you say about not wanting to slow the game down, but, you know, I've spoken about this plenty of times about physical assault on players. And you need these things, you know.
to go hard, and obviously, as we've said, with the Hurricanes lineup, so much power. So
well, I just think you should be looking to get the correct decision rather than having the wrong decision, in my opinion, anyway.
Hasn't really timed it through the offside, but he's beaten the field. That's the most important thing. And an unlikely boundary from Darcy Short to finish the power play. One ball still to come. Score moves along to 28.
I'm glad this is the second thing you've agreed with today, Cal. Second thing. I'm impressed. I am impressed. Oh! See you later, Short. I am going for the Sixers to win this. I've decided now. Bang. Swing and a miss again.
In the history of the tournament. Power play when you know there's risk going to be taken. Get it straight, get it at the stumps. They missed you, hit.
It's Sean to a T, isn't it? Goes for a few in the start of the over, but just
He did have a short innings. Nicely done, Dave. Nicely done.
Darcy Short departs for 13. Bowled Abbott. 1 for 28. 110 required from 66. Here's the power play highlights thanks to Matronics with Adam and Adam.
Yes, that's right. There's a couple
I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it Sixers.
There was a big body blow. Bang. That was early in the over. Very good fortune there. That was a boundary that just kick-started proceedings a bit. Dermott helped himself to the leg.
I think Cat's calling it as well.
I think the Sixers are going to be relatively happy with that. I think now with the field spread, not too much damage in the power play, and their spinners will get into work, which I'm looking forward to seeing.
Well, that wicket right on the very last ball of the power play. I agree, Zams. Just
well,
Sixers really happy that they've got
yeah.
They can try to expose now.
28 for 2.
Chew up a few dot balls with the new batter, Steve O'Keefe.
Wade comes in good touch. 35 from 35 against the Stars, against Uzamps, and then 51 from 29 against the Scorchers at UTAS. But Stevie O'Keefe.
Sorry, 28 for 1.
Season, it seems to be he's going to retire, and he rolls out again and continues to get it done.
All right. Well, I'm calling it. Okay. I'm calling it.
He's just been around so much, and he's so reliable in the power play, and even better outside of the power play. He's been good.
Sixers are doing well of just limiting the amount of runs, aren't they?
One-day game. Steve O'Keefe joined us in commentary. The wide one, he throws the hands out at McDermott.
Scrap that. There's a 4.
Whenever it was called back in the day, Gilly, 5 years ago, Steve said, I'm just about done. I'm just an old bloke that bowls straight balls, and that was 5 years ago, and he's still getting wickets in this competition.
I think when he bowled his last ball of his last spell last year,
it's really annoying because the graphics that Fox have at the moment. Yeah, the graphics that Fox have at the moment is not really showing the information I want to see. It's not. Oh, now we go. There you go. Now they've got 3.5 overs.
The Hurricanes.
But I want to see things like the run rate.
Deep cover, just moving a bit straighter.
Well. Are you calling it yet, Cat? That was good timing, wasn't it?
Isn't he, Adam Zamber? He just knows, like his bowling partner Sean Abbott, how to get the job done.
Yeah, he's just taking the pace off there.
Oh, he hits it into his own stumps. Oh.
Just held into the wicket. Tried to bowl wider to get out of the over, and a bit lucky with the chop on, but good over.
Ouch. It's a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing, Nanya, because look, I know it's a different sport. Football is a hell of a lot bigger than AFL in terms of viewers and popularity. But actually putting football behind a paywall, as you say, It's only made it a bigger sport, more money, and yes, it's caused problems. But by having the sport behind a paywall, it means that the companies like Sky or Fox, in your case, whatever, there's going to be more money going into the sport. That's the main thing, right? And you need money to make things better, because sadly, money runs the world. That's why with that, anyway.
4 overs, 2 for 32, and you've got 2 batters who are yet to face a delivery.
So although it sucks having sports behind a paywall, if you need the sport to grow, I think might have to happen.
8 off his first over, Murphy, but that did include getting hit for 6. Slog sweep from Darcy Shaw.
Three bowls, Cat, you said. 3 bowls. 3 bowls and they'll have their eye in.
Heads down the crease. Philippi's quick, but not quick enough.
I think we might see a reverse sweep from Mathewade at some stage through the over. Still need to get the odd boundary here, and that's probably
well, if you think about the Premier League, Nanya, oh, it definitely reduces viewership. That's not what I'm saying. As I said, if you look at the Premier League with the whole Sky, the Premier League was started basically to make money, and Sky, got all the rights and everything. Yes, the viewership is technically down because less people can afford to watch it, but those people are paying money in the first place to do it. Then you got the adverts and things. So I can tell you in the Premier League, let's be honest, the Premier League do not need the money from spectators coming to the grounds. That's why, let's be honest, do they really care if spectators come to the ground or not? Probably not, because the amount of money they're making from TV rights is insane. I play Football Manager, and you'll get, in the Premier League, 80 to 90 million just from TV rights a year. So, yeah.
Last 2 overs, they've just got the matchups right, I think. McDermott was on strike the whole over to O'Keefe, and then same here, Wade's faced most of the over so far to Murphy, so just matchups have been pretty good.
At the end of the day, I said, if you want to improve the sport, you need the money to then go into to academies and to improve facilities and things like that. But I completely hear what you're saying, because like I said, less people watch the sport if it's behind a paywall.
Original rate was 9.86. It's already jumped up to 11.13. Just a 14-over game, this one, so only 55 balls remaining.
I said you'll find, for example, that the latter rounds of the FA Cup, which are always held on the BBC, which is free, get a hell of a lot more views than the Premier League, for example, on Sky or BT.
37.5. Gilly. Those of us mere mortals probably aren't aware, but tomorrow is the IPL auction. Got your name in the mix.
I want to know what the viewing figures are now.
I'm hopeful it's a different result. It has been in the past.
You'll be playing tomorrow probably when it's on, will you?
I'm not sure. Time difference.
Okay.
We've got the day game as well, so yeah, might be a bit after the game.
Well, Manchester United and Liverpool matches are a big draw for the broadcasters, with the clash between the pair in January 2021, the most viewed Premier League match on Sky Sports ever, with an average of 4.5 million views. Wow. And imagine how much the people are paying for that.
That's already done, mate.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay. Right, well done. Well done.
And fingers crossed.
Fascinates me, the auction and how it can change lives literally in the space of a few hours.
I found it's really hard as a overseas spinner, particularly if you're not a mystery spinner. But yeah, as I said, fingers crossed. Be great competition to be a part of again. I've played 3.5 seasons of it and enjoyed it every time.
I've asked quite a few.
Hi, Boston. Hi, mate.
You in particular, why has Adam not picked up more? And they were saying the number of spinners in India is extraordinary, so they don't necessarily need to spend the money on an overseas player. But your record in white ball cricket is outstanding. So I hope it goes your way. High on the bat from Wade.
Yeah, well, Nunya, that's my point, though. That's my point, mate. Is the fact that I said I'm not disagreeing. Putting sports behind a paywall massively reduces the viewership because people can't afford to pay. However, if you think about how much more money the clubs and the league will be making from, say 3 million views, right? 3 million views on Sky that people have to pay for, compared to 3 million views on a free-to-air channel. That's the difference, you know. I know that there's less viewers.
Oh, my recollection is we were training for a one-day international.
Curtis Shadab. Slow one, he guides it to point, no run.
He's trying his best to create a run-out situation here, Shadab Khan, isn't he?
You were training?
Yeah, we were training at the MCG, and it wasn't televised then as such. But, oh, here we go. Here's my finest moment in the IPL.
This is why he was $1 million man.
My last ball of competitive cricket. Thank you. It was, I can talk you through the grip if you want. You mentioned about
a wet night.
No, up in Durham, Charlotte, beautiful territory there, but that's when the Gangnam style was trendy.
It was trendy back then, was
Until
it?
then.
Right.
Until then.
So you were in training. It was a life changer for a lot of people. How did you find out that all of a sudden you were going off to play cricket in India?
My recollection is just sort of messages were coming out from the change rooms, team manager, news coming through. As I say, it wasn't televised then, but it was sort of being followed online somewhat. But really, it was Roy when the news came out about Simo had gone as the highest overseas player, well up over the $1 million mark, which was total new territory for cricket, for payment of that type. And as we all know, that it changed the landscape of global cricket.
Final ball of the over.
Oh, bang!
Right underneath it. And can he catch it? Oh, that is quite spectacular.
I assume he's out. I assume they're gonna check this.
I've got a feeling you've got to take your last step.
What's the rule here?
From inside the field of play before you then catch it, I think.
What is the law?
Before you catch it, like, do your feet have to touch the ground?
The umpires are confirming with each other what the law is, I reckon.
Whatever the case, yes, something that we've become accustomed to in this day and age of outfielders.
He stayed very calm.
And he skidded out too. I reckon he might have hit a
Going to video assistant.
outer perimeter of this cricket ground. Whether it was that or just a wet surface.
How many buckets does he have on his head? Plus whatever else. The blow up sticks.
Umpire review for a fair catch on the boundary. Can we start with the front foot, please? Thank you, that's a fair delivery. Can we move to the best angle of the catch?
Okay, so what does the rules say? Or the laws say, should I say? Did he just get his feet up? I'm not sure. I don't know the laws. Does he basically, his body cannot be touching outside of the boundary? Or is he touching the pad?
Hence his body language, I think. I think he's obviously
And the foot is touching the boundary.
known that the toes have touched the boundary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so because he touched the rope or the pad in this sense, not out.
So if the rope moves
Okay.
the ball in his hand, it'll be called 6 to Shadab and one the Hurricanes need.
So we're saying it's a 6.
6 it is.
6. Shadab will be happy with that. Even though they've still got some way to go, haven't they?
The rope, and then you jump in and parry the ball back in. That's deemed 6. You've got to be in the field of play when you release it. Like we thought he was. Good recovery. Probably would have been out if he didn't just.
Did he not have full? Did he not have full contact with the ball though before he touched the boundary?
Sydney Sixers boys back there liked it. Abbott picked up a wicket in his first over. Anyway, to finish that, good luck in the auction.
Yeah.
Everybody, beat yourself. Hope it goes well.
I said, I'm just thinking, at what point does it become a catch, if that makes sense? Like, at what point has he held on to the ball long enough before it is classed as a catch?
Hasn't been an auction, has it, since?
No, I've got to go walk some dogs after this. I'm got to do a little bit of work after this game.
Abbott to Wade.
Oh, what is he doing?
I don't know where that was going to go.
What?
Got a touch awkward.
Other than being obviously a great financial opportunity, it's also playing the IPL it's second to international cricket in terms of white ball cricket. The way they play over there, the conditions you get, like nothing you experience anywhere else.
Oh, and everything else that comes with it, I agree wholeheartedly.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. It certainly, well, it looked a mess, whatever he did. Oh!
And he stops and he was gone.
Fielder missed the wickets, luckily.
It's the second time he's hit it to point and there's been a bit of concern.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, definitely a few little communication issues out there running between wickets. A couple of false starts on this occasion. They do go through with it and get away with it. So there's a short third man, then a wide, deep third man, a deep backward point. Concerned about that ramp. It's good changes. This is where Abbott can get into his work and to show his varieties.
Who's the one player when you walked to an IPL setup and thought, wow, I'm going to play cricket with such and such?
Probably Dhoni. Yeah.
Hi, the Manly rep. Hello, mate.
Virat, AB de Villiers. But I mean, just MS's, just his captaincy in particular.
Whoa!
Is just.
I hope that's a 6. Yeah. They need these 6s. Oh, bit of fire. They need these 6s. I'm very good, mate. Very good. Enjoying the cricket. I'm not sure if the Hurricanes are gonna be able to score enough, but with 6s like that, they're trying.
And then I mean, I've never played with AB de Villiers. I've bowled against him a couple of times. Is obviously a huge challenge, but to see the way that he went about his game in real person is the best I've ever seen.
There's a 1.
But I think the cultural exchange and experience is as on par as the on-field cricket stuff. It's something that, well, I think any franchise cricket around the world now, the coming together of a group just for a short, condensed period to be involved in setting goals and then achieving those goals. Very fulfilling experience. Back on point there. Abbott just to close that out. So.
Well, we're halfway through, and it's 56 for 2. The maths is not looking amazing, is it? I don't think the maths is looking great. I don't understand why they keep showing this concept car. What is the point of showing this Audi concept car? Even underneath it says it's not authorised on UK roads. Dramatisation of full autonomous driving not currently authorised or available to UK drivers. Well, why are you showing it then? What is the point? Ridiculous.
Pointing the bat at the ball and just flicking it over first slip line for 6. Courageous, to say the least.
I've never played with a guy who just...
IPL auction. Yeah, they've just shown a little pop-up.
Over 5,000 runs for AB. Striking at 150. O'Keefe. Got McDermott.
Oh!
Very nearly got you.
O'Keefe. That's... he's almost catching them out, isn't he? He caught one of them out earlier, but... No, I think the Audi advert, you can't even do it. And it's not legal because the old software, and well, it's a concept car, so it's not even out. But even then...
Reverse sweeps tonight. Does he go the reverse on the shorter boundary or try to back himself hitting with the spin naturally to the bigger side?
Well, they've left that gap there open, potentially. I mean, I think with the rate that we're at now, he's probably going to try and hit a couple of 6s this over.
They need to start hitting some big balls, don't they?
That side, but they need to hit some out of the park here.
6 dots for O'Keefe. Outstanding numbers to this point. There's another one.
That was a very weak how's that call.
1.3 over 7 dots, 1 for 5. Been hit for 1 boundary. Big shout. O'Keefe.
Now they're going for a how's that. Umpire's not having any of it.
Yeah, potentially just outside the line of leg stump. Especially with that angle, he's so wide of the crease. Hard for him to pitch it in line. So
first time you haven't put the finger up for a spinner all night. To be there.
They've kept their deep point at a traditional deep point. Not getting him around backward of point to protect that boundary. He's doing a really good job.
These O'Keefe balls are really, really challenging them, aren't they? They are really struggling.
Manly.
9 dots now.
Mate, Blue Dog, you are going green, mate. You are going green. That's great to hear.
He did, Zamps. He certainly did.
I didn't. I missed that. I was talking. Yes, exactly. That's the point, Cal. Why are they advertising concept cars? You know, I know there's so many different concept cars. Leave it to YouTubers to review. But what is the point?
The 1911 census. Willing to risk everything for the movement, she never gave up. The suffragettes paved the way for women to vote, and I discovered she was one of them. My great-great-aunt, Eliza Dobson.
Bring your backstory to life with Ancestry.
Slowness in the wicket still, so I mean, need to get a
Very, very good over for Sixers.
I know you've mentioned it, but I want to see Tim David back.
Yes, you have mentioned that. Just looking at this wicket.
Oh.
Put a whack in the back of the neck there too from the throw, but
there's the wicket earlier on. Knocking over McDermott. Interesting. If
Very good over by O'Keefe, wasn't it? Very good over. They can't handle him.
A couple of spinners potentially get a run.
It's not about the pace, is it? It's just that bend on it.
Australia, South Africa, but it's a couple of weeks away.
I think the Canes are trying to go for big hits, but they just cannot make the right contact on the bat.
the pitches out there. There's a couple that look like they're being relayed, so that you can pretty certainly say they won't be being used. Their new turf bedding down just to the immediate left of the pitch, and then another couple over to the left. So you think the test pitches either the
We're not getting into this electric thing because I know it's not as bad as people keep making out. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'm still calling it.
dismissed, but you got to go and fetch your bat. Still in his hands at that point in time, Matthew Wade, as maybe he looked and saw who was under him and went, well, I know I'm out now. He does not drop them, that man there.
Can we get any footage of how the bat ended up over at square leg?
We'll have a look. It's a legal delivery. I'm sure Why the umpires felt a need to check that, but it looked like a really, really frustrated.
This ain't great, is it? This is not great for Hobart.
Ben McDermott, and it continued for Matt Wade. That's the type of cricket pitch this is. He's got to go. Very frustrated captain for 15 off 17, 3 for 60. But enter Tim David.
That's what you're after. Oh, he's just dropped kicked it. The foot style straight through from Fitty.
Yeah, over.
Looks like a decent kicking technique.
Not bad.
He's got a pretty good leg on him, Wadey.
Well, his cousin Jeremy Howe's up for the Collingwood captaincy at the moment after the.
Wadey doesn't talk about that much either.
Does he not?
Nah.
Very good footballer. All right, here's your man, Tim David. Here are the long levers.
The problem is, Hobart have only got one option, and that is to try and hit big. But obviously, risk getting out.
Facing Murphy, the spinners have done the damage tonight, and he throws the bat down on it late. He comes down, the big man takes a while to turn around, loses the bat, takes a tumble. Phillippe goes everywhere.
I tell you what, Hobart have been an absolute mess, haven't they, really?
Have a look at this. He realised at this stage there's trouble.
It turns around.
That's just a comedy error of errors.
It's certainly been a bit of a comedy, this game, hasn't it? Crazy.
Shahab's caused a few issues out in the middle, running between wickets. It was a big clear no this time.
All credit to Todd Murphy too. Picks up his second big bash wicket on his return, doing a really good job. Of course, only 3 overs maximum. So just a couple of deliveries left to close out a nice little body of work tonight.
Been a very impressive spell from Murphy. I feel like I'm using the word impressive a lot, but
it has been.
Lots impressed me. He's a good young spinner. As I said, just a.
This game is done. Stick a fork in it. They're not pulling their way back, are they? 64 for 3. It was that start, though, wasn't it? The start that the Sixers had was so good, and that really put them in a good position. Obviously, the Sixers had a very rough patch, but I think they'd done enough in the first place to cause the damage.
It isn't really a holiday, is it?
Oh, they need a run rate of 14.8. No, we will not be. I am doing beef this year, though. We may have prawns in the evening, but probably as like a tempura prawns or something. But they'll be hot, not cold. There you go, Dave's going for the Sixers as well now. It's confirmed. Once Dave has confirmed it, that's the result done.
We've come off almost a near perfect performance against the Hurricanes, so yeah, big game. Obviously,
Ooh.
The Scorchers are always a tough opponent, no matter who lines up for them. They always find a way. So
beautiful day too. So if you're around Melbourne, head down to Fitzroy. There used to be.
Is it?
Yeah, well, it's just across the road from Fitzroy.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Well, it's a beautiful day. 27 tomorrow. There used to be late in the season. You used to play cricket. Then the St Kilda Festival would be on Zams. And you just used to lose teammates left, right. That would be right up your alley too, the St Kilda Festival. I could see you there. And it's just hammered down the ground from Shadab. Straight to
Shadab's gone. There's another one. I would call it, Dave. I would if I were you, mate. I don't think you've got anything to lose on this one.
As soon as he hit it, and hear the exclamation.
If I'm honest, Kat, I don't think it's just the start of Hobart that's been terrible.
definitely a bit of grab in the wicket. I think they've summed up the conditions options really well here, the Sixers. You can see Shadab tried to use the pace of it, go a little bit square. And
66 for 4.
so straight, so.
Just under 5 overs left.
It's been the look of the night, hasn't it, for the Hobart Hurricanes? That frustrated face as they leave the ground. The Macca's batting card, Tim David. Just the 4 deliveries. To agree with you.
The only plus side for Hobart is they haven't had anyone going out for a duck yet.
You're limiting his capacity to get the job done, particularly in a rain-shortened match. 14 overs. That's too deep into the fixture for him to be coming and having his first look at it. And now joined by a man that's a damaging cricketer. So I won't say it's all done and dusted just yet. There's still plenty of firepower out there, but on a surface that is creating issues for most players that have come out, it's going to be a big effort.
On that surface, we were talking about the potential to play a couple of spinners, Gilly, for the New Year's Test. Neesham does hit a long ball. The man from New Zealand facing curve.
Neesham has to hit a long ball.
Works it around the corner. We can't really put Adam in this situation because he is obviously a spinner. But if Australia was to go for a second spinner alongside Nathan Lyon, where are you going?
Well, there's a number of options. Clearly this man here.
There you go. You know it's over when your dad's gone to bed then. That basically sums it up. The game is done. Let's just hope they get on with it quickly. We've got work to get to.
The man that's bowled tonight, Todd Murphy, as an option, played in the Prime Minister's 11 against the West Indies, did really well. Ashton Agar could be an option as a left arm orthodox, taking the ball away.
Seeing as Dooley is really good, right? He's really impressed. Is Dooley a high-level player? Is he international level or anything like that out of interest? You guys know better than me. But he has really caused problems for batters.
Very, very reasonable job over in his opportunities in the subcontinent, Pakistan and Sri Lanka in the chances he was given. So there's a whole host of options, and I'm not sure if there's others that I've missed there that stand out.
The only one coming a long way back in the field, but is Chris Green. He came back to Shield cricket, took a pile of wickets too in his way back, and he's a man that seems to step up to every class. But
I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, I think it's probably Ashton Agar.
I'm gonna Google. What's his first name? Dooley. Let's see.
Sydney with a bit of spin on.
Not Stacey Dooley.
A guy who can throw it into the raft to the left-hander. You probably don't want a guy who's going to spin it the same way as Gaz.
What's his?
And I mean, Ash, limited opportunity, but his game.
Is it Patrick Dooley?
I think he's probably the guy.
I assume so.
I would likely say that you got Gaz and Ash looking to play that as the main two.
No.
In the Indian Test series.
I'm no sort of.
No, I don't. But I mean.
He hasn't been playing very long, to be fair.
Dream is definitely play Test.
Age 25.
More of a campaign kind of thing for the Indian Test series, where maybe if the wickets suit
Oh.
and everything like that, I might be an option. But I haven't.
Fuck's sake, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. But yeah. Ah, hello, Blaine. Nice to have you here from Japan.
Or relaxing in a cozy bed. We have a gorgeous range of furniture and decor to suit every taste. And we deliver right to your door. So, rejoice on a rug.
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, he is new, isn't he? But he's impressing. He is very impressing. I can certainly see he will... as someone that doesn't know a lot about cricket, he's certainly going to have a bright future, you would think.
I've played a lot now and I love playing for Australia, so compromising my body, my
Is he English?
time away from home, getting the balance
Wikipedia will tell me.
Play Shield cricket and potentially be,
No, he is Australian.
The Australian Test team is just not on my radar. Going to India and being a specialist spin bowler on a spinning.
I don't think it will. I don't think it's going to make any difference.
Can help them win a Test series in Asia.
It's not going to make any difference, I don't think, Sidey.
Hence why I played the Shield game, got through it okay, and yeah, I'm still pretty keen to get selected in that. Hopefully it goes my way. But
how many overs do you bowl in the Shield game?
I think 36, 37.
How long since you bowled that many overs in a game of cricket?
Must be over 3 years now.
Right.
Pull up, all right? Yeah, pull up, okay.
Yep. And got wickets. All right, here we go. They need to get rolling now, the Hurricanes. These two can hit long balls. They need to hit plenty of them. Thick outside edge, that'll help. Something.
There's a 4.
Top spins down to the rope for Denisham. 65 from 22, but there is still the one surge.
Yeah, there aren't 6 overs left.
To be taken.
And they've only used 5 bowlers, so you would think, unless someone like Dan Christian is introduced, it's going to be fairly predictable as to what bowling options they're going to have left to attack. They're going to have to attack every option, really, the Hobart Hurricanes, but when will they?
You've literally got less than 4 overs left.
I think it's going to be.
As I said, stick a fork in it. This game is done. And now he's out. See you later, Neesham.
And once again, the Sixers just seem to have the answers. Abbott does what Abbott does, gets his second wicket, 5 for 73.
Sixers have done well. Sixers have done well. They really have.
Deposit it over mid-wicket, count corner, take your pick.
And I don't think the Canes batters have done very well, and the Canes catching has been awful.
Just seen them sum up the conditions really well. That is a big, ripping, off-spinning slower ball from Sean Abbott.
To be fair though, when the Sixers were in bat, it was an entertaining game, right? Whether it was the awful catching from Hobart, or it was the good batting from Sixers, or obviously the crumble that they had.
As we've said, the strategy that goes into it.
Yeah, stick a fork in it, it's done.
Jimmy Neesham wants to hit leg side, hence why he'll spin it away from him, drag it outside his eye line and get the result like that.
Asavali, the new man of the crease, with an enormous role to play. Tim David, 6 from 6 up the other end. Probably the biggest hitter in Australian cricket. Facing Abbott, who's got 2. Squeezes away, could have easily been caught, but he gets off the mark.
Still going to take the surge, don't they, straight after this, Tim David?
I tell you what, Kevin, they need a miracle every ball. That's what they need, mate. Hi, Timothy.
Calls the surge and has an almighty over himself. Say if he has a surge over of 20 or so, just needs to do that again and again.
The only other thing they might try and sum up here with the surge is the fact that Naveed has 2 overs left, I believe.
Yep.
So they might try and line up whoever's going to bowl the middle over out of the last 3 there, depending on who it is.
Abbott the most wickets, Zampa in 5th position. Davis not going to be on strike now if they elect to take it.
Have I?
The 11th, 5 for 76. Let's have a look at the wickets so far with Adam Gilchrist.
Yeah, it was a pretty.
What, is Timothy a Yank?
Chase Darcy short, couple to the boundary, but then just missed that.
Yanks don't know what cricket is, do they?
Bit of guile, experience from Steve O'Keefe. Saw the end of Ben McDermott, and equally frustrated Matt Wade. Knew he was in trouble when Jordan Silk was circling out at deep mid-wicket. So he's straight down a wide long off there. So Shadab went for 14, and then Jimmy Neesham.
Oh, okay. Nice. Excellent.
Sean Abbott picks up his 2nd wicket.
So we'll get the old Yanks into cricket over baseball, yeah?
Road trip started in Adelaide, and then they went across to Perth. Missed out on both occasions, but you can't keep a team of this quality down for long. They enjoyed tonight getting back into their more familiar environment, the Sydney Cricket Ground. Naveen following his 2nd from the Paddington end.
Bang.
To the leg side and
oh, there's a 4.
A desperate attempt. Superman couldn't rein it in, so much needed boundary.
I think they didn't take the surge because Tim David wasn't on strike.
Probably.
I think they've done what I've mentioned earlier, and they're going to go the next over. They obviously think that this guy's going to be the hardest one to line up. They might see Hayden Kerr as a better option.
Or Keith's got one to bowl.
Oh, did you? Oh.
Yeah, sorry, Keith. I think
or may, yeah, well, no.
So Timothy, did you enjoy?
Yeah, exactly right. So I just think
this guy's going to be the hardest to line up. Timothy, did you enjoy watching the Test cricket?
Doesn't time it this time. All right, Tim David gets an opportunity now with a equation that looks a little sickly for the purple fans. 57 from 60.
Oh, hello, LT. Hello, mate. Oh, the camera had zoomed in too far then.
To Tim David.
Wide.
I hadn't spent a lot of time with Tim David before the World Cup, and I actually asked him if he knew who Larry David was, and he had no idea. It's a big red X against your name.
It is confirmed now, Kat. Yeah, it is confirmed.
And for the viewers out there that don't know Larry David,
Larry David's a creator of Seinfeld and the star of Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I can't go a day without either of those, really.
Seinfeld for mine, the best TV show ever made.
Easily.
Maybe just Pip the Wonder Years. The second wide.
Another wide.
Winnie Cooper, Gilly. Come on. Come on.
We have had this conversation
crush on
before.
Winnie Cooper.
Yeah, good soundtrack.
Is Naveen trying to help them or something? Does he really just feel sorry for them?
I wonder why you were calling him Larry. You didn't think to ask why you called him Larry?
I basically just had to explain it to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does seem like Naveen is trying to help Hobart. He must feel sorry for them here. Giving them extra extra runs.
Bangs the big done bat into the deck.
His autograph on the back of his bat there, I reckon.
Would have been another wide.
That was wide as well. That was wide as well, but he went and hit it.
But off the big back of the big bash a couple of years ago. It is, I reckon it is his signature. He went on a rampage, went off to the PSL and the IPL and just continued to travel the world. What did he say to you, Gilly? Something about
go around the world.
Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. Yeah, I was forced into watching cricket, mate. But I'm only given T20 and the 100 in the summer ago, but I'm not doing tests. That's too much.
Could better launch his chances for both higher honours and higher paycheck, I guess, possibilities in the IPL, but nothing wrong with that. No one's ever begrudged anyone wanting to make a good, honest living. And
Ooh. As I said, Ken, if anyone wants to give me a TV deal, I would take that. If I got a decent TV deal, I'd move to Australia, okay? All right? That would be the deal.
Yes, I agree. I did mention that earlier.
numerous times.
I actually just like watching him bat. He's got so much power. And
he's got that different grip too.
Yeah. On a wicket like this, you definitely, if anything, you get him in as early as possible to get the pace of the wicket. It's not kind of wicket you can just go out there and start hitting sixes. So he's got 8 balls and almost an impossible total to get now.
Wide. That'll be 9 balls so far in this over. Do they not realise that I've got work to get to?
How many games he's played to get that?
That's a lot of games for a bloke who's only played T20 for basically 2 years.
Yeah.
Huge strike rate.
Oh, not quite. Oh.
Slippery out there.
Timothy, what would you like to know? I know cricket, but this is only my 3rd match watching, because normally I think cricket's boring. And I said I've been persuaded to watch T20. However, I'm an Englishman, so I do roughly know cricket. It's a 4.
Not sure what the technique was there. Was it a slip? Or did he
surge to go. Hope the Hurricanes have any chance. David needs to be on strike.
There's no wind out there. Is there a bloke's hat in the background?
Need a 6. Really need a 6. They're not going to get a 6.
They get back for 2, so Tim David will be on strike. But they need 45 from just 2 overs. One of them can be a surge. 5 for 93. Nice introduction by our number 1 man in charge of the Big Bash.
Oh, some more. Oh, I like James Acaster. Guz Khan's quite funny as well.
All in the name of science, of course.
We're talking brain damage.
So while Alex Brooker seeks out tips from those who know.
Okay, so this is for Christmas. James Acaster and Guz Khan have recreated, sort of, the Home Alone house. The unofficial science of Home Alone. I might have to watch that.
So he was Zorba originally?
He was Zorba. I was little Zorba back there.
Right.
Looked like a tranquilivus. How do you say that?
If it helps, Kat, I have heard a couple of F words going on.
Looked like a ventriloquist dummy there.
Yes.
But that's I was little Zorba.
Right, and did he play cricket, your father?
Yes, yeah, decent cricketer.
Right. Does he bowl the leggies or not?
Nah, he was little. Just hit the seam. Had a good pull shot.
Right. I think this
couldn't play spin.
Right.
Surge has been called.
Yep, there we go.
He couldn't play spin.
Yeah.
He'd be happy hearing that. Right, Tim David, he's 8 from 8.
We're going for the surge. Power surge in.
5 from 12. They need some big hits in a big hurry.
Hurricanes need a lot of 6s. David in bat. Power surge. He's going high. And he's out. That is a bad start. That is an awful start for the power surge. That is the risk, right? You know they're going to go big. And David is a goner. See you later.
It certainly is too much to do with too little time.
Yeah, James Acaster is really good. If you watch, if you want, hi Aussie Pie, thank you so much. Kat, if you want to watch James Acaster, watch his banana shop routine or his Kettering Town FC one. That's what you want to do.
Frustrations. They'll be sitting back, scratching their head. The Hobart Hurricanes just thinking various times where it went wrong.
I've got a feeling they won't make that same mistake again with David.
Joel Paris is in.
He did say in the lead up to the Big Bash that he was going to have, you know, a bit more of a role to play higher in the order, and I thought this would have been the perfect scenario for him, but I just think they've got that one wrong tonight.
There are some players who there's a theory around that if they have
Oh well, yeah, he was great on Taskmaster.
sort of start to think a bit too technically correct or think about the big picture too much.
But I am now going to send you on Discord
That's their instinct, but I think Tim David's proven that he's
2 of his things.
good enough to be able to do it, so you do have to afford him that opportunity.
Paris, the new man. Facing Kerr, 2 for 13 from 13 balls. So the Sixers will get a win. Hurricanes will go away from this disappointed.
They want to finish it, close it out well here too, the Sixers. If they can keep taking wickets, just limit the runs, get a little bit of a job on their net run rate, which has plummeted in their first 2 losses.
Run rate of minus 2.2 after the first couple of losses. Oh, that's well hit.
Kat, before you go to bed. 6! Need more of them, though. Kat, I've just sent you 2 clips, and they are very good, very funny. Bang.
That one just didn't grab into the wicket like he did with the Tim David ball. Just sat up a little bit more.
We are almost done, and I really need a wee. Like, I'm desperate for a wee now. He's going. No, yeah, 4. There's another 4. This will be the Canes' best over at this rate.
Yeah,
And they had 1 wicket. I know I've got no time for a wee, but I'm desperate. It's alright, I will hold out for the last over. Oh, Jesus. Look at the guy with the bloody Segway. Come on. Come on, Ali.
Two maximums here. There is a bit of a chance.
They're being hopeful.
There watching it. Ali's hit that
Oh! It's another 6. Hello?
6 4 6. He's not done 31 from 10. 28 required.
Well, still 28 required, so still highly unlikely.
Been home and that too. A little Hobart Hurricanes wearing youngster. Look there, that purple sleeves.
God, you're 11 hours. 11 hours ahead of us then. Is it 11 hours? No, 9 hours, sorry. Because it's 11:30 here, PM. AM. Can he get another 6? This will be their best over. Come on, Ali. Oh! If it's a no ball and a 6, definitely a 6. What an over Ali had. If only they had done that sooner.
6 for 116.
Final over.
Been the discussion the last few days as we look at these 4 boundaries. We thought it was going to be Tim.
Where was Ali when you needed him sooner?
Thought this was all too little, too late, but a fortune there on the second of these boundaries, and then bang, right in the zone. He's just held his shape really nicely. Slowed his bat swing down a little bit until it's.
Wow, you never know, do you, in AFL especially.
Was it above waist high? Some discussion. Should you be allowed to use your review as a batting team on that sort of decision?
Well, I think it should just be reviewed anyway. You've got the technology, just
a quick review.
Just check it.
Does Paris look to get off strike here?
Well,
yes.
It's sort of a free hit for him, really.
Yeah, but
probably try to hit it.
The rules, with the new rules now, if you hit it up in the air, it's totally...
Yeah. 116 for 6. 1 over left. 22 shots. They do need 22 shots in 6 balls. I don't think it's going to happen.
22 required. Naveen's been hard to get away. To wide down the leg side.
They
hassle through.
No.
Good thinking.
Very clever. They get 2, change the strike, and the hot hand of Asif Ali gets on strike. 20 required.
20 required in 6. That's given them 2 free runs. Well.
Last ball, the last over.
It's a
no ball.
Well.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. See, just use the technology. It's there.
Wouldn't have taken long to review that, would it?
No.
Exactly. That's what I say about AFL. Use the technology. It's there. It won't take that bloody long. Is there another 4? If this, hang on. 5 balls left, 16 to get. And they are playing big. Whoa. What do we think? Can they do it? Can they do it? Ken, just remember I'm slightly behind you, mate.
Just put it right in the hitting zone. They stay up. Mid off and cover up in the circle.
It's a slow ball. He picks it up. It's high. It's deep. It's
out. Of course. Oh no, oh no, oh no. He tried though, didn't he? He really tried. If they got that 6 though, if they got that 6, they definitely had a chance, didn't they? He certainly tried, but that probably is enough now, right, Nat?
Oh, how beautifully positioned was Jordan Silk. He had a lot of time, but just he knew exactly where the boundary rope was, and he gave himself that.
Unfortunately, I think the ball was, yeah. I think the problem is because that ball was so high, it just gave him so much more time to be in position.
For a moment, we thought he breathed life into it. Technically, they can still get there, but whoa.
Fair play to him. He had a good job there, though. He tried.
We've learnt many times over the years, Gilly, never go to bed when the big bash is on. We've all made the mistake.
What a shame. What a shame. That was an interesting end to that, wasn't it? 4 balls, 16 needed.
Should have been bowling it right into the arc, the swinging arc, and it just went too high rather than any distance on it because it's the shorter side of the ground.
It was a slow one, so his previous 2 balls were 133, 132. That was 102. All right, what about Ellis, Samps? Can he launch a long ball?
I think that's a bit of a stretch, if I'm honest, Kat. Bit of a stretch, I think.
A little outside edge or something down to the rope to keep the momentum going. Yeah, it's beautifully bowled.
Swing and a miss.
Yorker.
GG. Game over. Woo!
Nowhere that innings from Asif Harley. I think we're all still a bit stunned. Have a look at this.
I think he got quite a bit.
God, if that was a 6, that would have been brilliant, wouldn't it? That would have been so good.
That situation, it's Jordan Silk.
32 off 7 balls at one stage there. Third catch for Jordan Silk. Ellis tugs it round the corner.
It's not enough. Oh!
Snuck out the back.
Oh! Ah.
He's lost the bat, Ellis. Only gets back for 2 in the end.
Only 2.
Oh, yep. Yeah. An enormous difference.
Should we be using the technology for that? Takes 2 seconds.
Absolutely.
Oh.
It's like when they call the no ball from 5th foot.
If that was
2 balls left.
out, caught, they would have checked it. So I don't see the difference.
It's a fair point. Valid point.
Next ball goes for 6. It makes just as much of a difference to the game as a wicket, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's game over. 1 more ball to go. Look, if he managed to get that 6, that could have made the difference. They did bring it back, sort of. They brought it a lot closer than it probably should have been. See you later, Cal. We've got the last ball to come by Naveen.
Once the game's slowed down, you lose a bit of momentum. That's when it gets a little bit annoying. But I mean,
Let's watch this last one.
Naveen to finish it off to Paris. Picks it up nicely.
Oh, well, there's a 6. As I said, if they got that 6 earlier on, that would have been interesting, wouldn't it? That really would have been interesting. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for joining me. Awesome to have everyone here. Such an awesome crowd watching the cricket. That's me. I've got to go to work. Kat, make sure you watch those videos and let me know your thoughts. Yeah, awesome to have everyone. Have a great rest of your evening if you've got much left. And we'll see if I come on tomorrow. I'm not sure. But I will catch